What's up, everybody? Let me know if the audio is working. It looks like it's working, but I need to get it. I need to install my other mic because I'm tired of having this wire here. And these cats are doing things constantly. I seen a number of things that I really wanted to talk about, but things got real yesterday. I mean, extremely real. We got 170 people in here, so please hit that like button before we get started. Can't speak this morning. It's a little too early. I usually start 30 minutes after this. So I bet you wish you didn't sell GME now. How much would you have made if you sold at 150? So it's funny that you say that. So yeah, I mean, yes, I do regret it, and I also was questioning buying a lot more at $40, but it was just the fact that it was taking too long, right? That was my overall thought, was that I'm a person that's into quick profits, and I don't hold overnight. So all of the extra things, if I would have done it correctly, I would have bought in GME at 76, sold at 79, which I didn't get filled, and if it didn't get filled, I would have sold at 78, because I would have set those limits, basically saying that I want to get sold out. So I would have gotten sold out at a profit, or even a small loss during that day. Then the days go on, I see it get down to 40, invest at 40 with how much I actually had in there, and then I start to drive up the price. That's where I kind of played it wrong, and I noticed that I played it wrong. So yeah, I feel bad about the fact that I did sell GME with the thought that it was going to take a long time to get there, but nobody would have predicted this. I'll tell you what, nobody ever even came close to predicting this. I've seen a bunch of people, stop streaming, and then all of a sudden, start talking about it, and it was crazy. Obviously, once I seen it get to $60. I was like, this is going insane. I have to stream. So I started streaming, and it kept popping, and it went ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I kind of regret it, but you got to keep moving forward. Jesus, you got to keep moving forward, and that's what I try to do. If I can keep moving forward, then I can, maybe look at GME again and say, hey, if it gets below a certain point, where can I actually get in? Where do I see the volatility? And do that. But right now, I'm holding AMC and working with that. With AMC, my cost basis being at $9.38, which I wish I could have actually lowered the cost basis. Another reason for the GME sell was more to put a lot more in AMC because I was going to see that low cost basis that I would have had and put more in there. But obviously, things started to increase before that could happen. So I made money on Tesla, and I was fine with that. But how much money I would have made, so basically say from that $80 mark up to, if I got up to 200 where I could sell in the after hours market, if I would have sold in the after hours market, then that would have been $120 per share times 100. So decent amount of money there. It's not life-changing money. It was only 100 shares. But to tell you the truth, if I would have played it the right way, and instead of holding on to it multiple days, actually getting sold out that day, and then investing in at $40 or $38 at the most shares that I can invest in, then it would have been a better situation. So it's just understanding that if I would have stuck to my strategy, it would have been a lot more of a gain. And that's the whole purpose for the sell, was to stick to my strategy. I wasn't sure if it was going to go down any more, if that was the true bottom of 38. If the true bottom might have been 20 something, then that would have been amazing. But yeah, for AMC though, I'm definitely holding until, like I said, my profit target is 20, to where I will put my stop loss, and that will be like my new break-even point. And then I'll hold on to more, or I'll see that price push up as well, just to see if I can gain over that $17,000 mark, because I'll gain $17,000 at the 20 price target. Always good to see another brother in the markets. What's up? Yeah, it's great. I mean, I try and teach as much as I can, to my brothers, to my actual brothers. Right? I try and teach as much as I can to everybody that I know about the stock market. And a lot of times they take it as gambling because the way that I talk about it, it's more of a job to where I'm day trading, but do have long-term investments in there. So they always take it as like gambling, and I'm like, no, it's not gambling. But if we're looking at prices, AMC's pushing that $11 mark. If we can push $12 in the pre-market, you know that we're going to see the stock price drop a little bit just because it's reaching highs that most people don't have access to when it comes to selling, because it closed at $9.09, which is not, it obviously is a crazy amount from where it started, but it's not to the point to where it's $11, $12, right? People see that and they're like, whoa, you know, I gained $3,000, $4,000. All right. That's basically what I'm looking at here, and I'm like, okay, it gets to $12 and I gained like $4,000, $5,000 at that point. But obviously, I see a lot more potential in AMC. GME grew a crazy rate. I don't understand why they really didn't follow each other with the rate there. It should have been 100% for both of them because GME grew 103%, right? We have 537 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. It would really help me out. Hopefully we can have some free stocks later and I can go through the free stocks, see how many shares of ADT I got. But yeah, let me actually go through my holdings here. So I have an update to holdings because ADT, I told you that I would get basically like 10 plus more shares, and I gained 20 more shares that were cleared. So I gained this many shares. I'm still holding the 44 shares here of AMC in Webull. Over in Fidelity is where a majority of my shares are, which is 1,700. Is it 1,790 or 1,690? 1,690 shares. What's your opinion on GME? That cough though. Yeah, it'll go away. It's starting to go away a little bit, but in the morning I always cough anyways. GME is up 80% pre-market. Yeah, it's doing some work. It's up 77%, 100% yesterday. It got to an even $200, which is absolutely insane. Once it got there, I knew that was going to be some sort of a sell-off. Not financial advice. I know you don't think buying AMC now could be a huge risk. Yeah, this is where it starts to get risky. You see this large growth that it did have. It starts to get risky, and you need to factor that into your buys, because yes, it starts to get risky right now at $10. That's above where I said the best cost basis I think would have been below $10. That would have been amazing for a lot of people, and that's why I really tried to get my cost basis below $10, and I ended up doing that, got it to $9.38, but buying in now would be chasing the stock. Buying in AMC now would be chasing the stock. Anybody bought up at this point really chased it, and they're probably losing money at that mark. For GME, the same thing. Anybody bought up here, they were chasing it. They had no room to grow, and they chased it. Maybe they sold right here when they seen it drop down, but it's crazy to chase it at $200 unless you have a true feeling that it's going to go back up to $400. And my overall thought, my thought in the past was that it was going to get to between $100 and $200, but now it really surpassed that $200. Well, kind of, it's at $200, but it definitely has the potential to rise over that. Hovering around that 160 mark means that it does have the potential to continue to grow, which I didn't think GME was dead. I just thought it had less potential to get back up to 400. And now you're seeing that it does still have the potential to drive that price up to 300, 400. It has potential. So it's tough. It's tough to say whether you should buy in at this point, because $150, $160, I can't say that it's the best bet to make that decision and chase it, Why can't AMC over time reach the same value as GME? I believe that they can. They can reach that same value. It's just we need a lot of different people to buy into this. If you look at AMC right now, you can see that A lot of institutions and other hedge funds are actually investing in this position for the long haul. You know, they're playing the long game. They're buying the position in order to gain the profits on the way up, while all of these shorts are actually out there. So yes, it has potential. We just need all of the retail investors to continue to buy. We need all the institutional investment firms to buy. Some of the hedge funds as well, just like they were doing with GME, to buy. We need all of them to cover their shorts at a high rate. Like, that's what we need, and it can potentially push very high. And that's where it's like, okay, what can actually happen here? What's a realistic expectation for AMC? And looking at just what GME did, it definitely has the potential. It's just things are going to go a different route. That usually people learn the second time, and it's not going to sit here and get up to $500. I mean, I would think something ridiculous is $100, and that would be amazing for a lot of people because it would be thousands of dollars that they would gain. You know, like, you look at me alone gaining $10 above my my cost average would gain me about $17,000. So looking at $100 above my cost average would be $170,000. But yeah, that's obviously a huge deal where you can gain a ton of money. But then again, like, people don't want to be greedy. Wherever your cost basis is, whatever your profit target is, stick by it. I'm positive both GME and AMC. Now let's go. Yeah, I mean, I'm now like more positive because, you know, I hate seeing things stay flat for so long, especially with all the manipulation. They were really trying to drive people out of their positions, and it seemed like it sort of worked, but it didn't work totally, because we had a huge amount of people, a large percentage of people holding AMC and holding GME as well, and people continuing to buy into it. You seen the volume that we had yesterday? Let's look at AMC. The volume that we had yesterday was absolutely ridiculous. You know, we had 300. It was a little bit higher than that when you add in the after hours market. I'm not sure they add this in. Oh, the extended hours. Yeah, so I'm not sure that they add this in, but 333 million. I think it was 360 or a little bit higher than that, 370 million. Yeah, that's a good point. SBK, hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button if you have a chance. We have 873 people in here. Did Elon tweet? I didn't see any tweet. I mean, I'm on Twitter, but I don't ever use it. I should probably use it. I keep telling myself that, but I don't even post on Instagram regularly. I need to, because I have a lot of pictures, but I just don't have the time to post it. I feel like I'd rather talk to you guys than post something on Instagram. Waiting for Monday. Tons of calls expire Friday night. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be really good. The thing that we're seeing is it's continuing to hover around that, for GME, hovering around that 140 to 160 mark, pushing 170 at times. For AMC, we're pushing above $10, which is really good because my cost basis is $9.38. Obviously, that's great for me. But for a lot of other people have cost bases that are really low. If you invested at $17 or $20 or something like that, then, you know, it's going to be good. Let me know how the quality is, actually, because I updated something to basically check what the quality is of the video. Let me know if it's still in like max 720p. Let me go over here and see what I can do. I like that thumbnail that I created. I was thinking, let me see what the actual quality is. It still only goes to 720p. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand why it does that. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get there. I don't know why it doesn't record in 1080p, 4K. Why would you have 4K? There's no way that you're in 4K. My normal camera is 4K. This is 4K, but it doesn't let me stream in 4K. All right, we have 1,000 people in here, close to it. Hit that like button, guys. Should I go 2 stocks GME? Should I go 2 shares of GME or 20 stocks of AMC? If you're looking to buy right now, this is a tough time to buy. I can't really give you one or the other. I would have said in the past that AMC is probably the better bet here. I mean, it is at a lower price and it does have the potential to push very high, but you know, GME obviously pushes a lot, it moves a lot, and I would even look into, for me, day trading GME, obviously being more disciplined than I was last time, but day trading it. So if I had to give a recommendation, remember this is not financial advice, I would say AMC is a lot lower, and it makes sense to do that. It moves a lot less because then if something does move quick downhill for GME, you can see the quick move downhill is $67. Within like a couple of minutes, it's down to $53. You know, down here, let's go to the beginning of the day or beginning of the after hours market. You can see it was 200, and then within a couple of minutes, it was down to 140. So it moved quite a bit, and giving yourself a chance to be able to get out if you wanted to get out or whatever the purpose is. Yeah, what cat? Nice cat, dude. Where's? I don't see a cat behind me. They're not here. Stream looks good on TV. Did someone say they have it on a TV? Wow. Have you adjusted your bitrate quality of your Streamlabs? Yes, I did. I actually adjusted it to the max bitrate of 6,000. So that's where it's a little bit weird, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. You seen Carl? Do you select stocks with so many out there? Or how do I select stocks with so many out there? Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean, they have stock screeners. Like this platform has a stock screener that I haven't really figured out yet to see what the changes are. And a lot of times I like to look for things that are more volatile, right? So when I'm day trading, I'm always looking for things that are volatile because I want it to go, you know, from let's say $10 to $20 and move between that in a day. And it can even go backwards. It can go from $20 to $10. It can do that. And I'll put in shorts and I'll put in buys depending on that, and I'll get out intraday. So that's really what I'm looking for. When it comes to long-term investing, a lot of times I'm really just looking for a dividend or something that does have long-term potential. So with all the screeners out there, you can implement anything that you wanted to implement. You can look at the price, you can look at the price change, you can look at a lot of different things, and then you can factor all of that into your screener, and then you'll get the top results. If you wanted something that was the highest change, then you can get something that's the highest change and be able to look into that. And you can click into it, see what it's doing, and if it's not doing anything, which it does have a crazy increase, you can basically say, all right, well, at this point it's chasing the stock. For if you wanted something that was downhill or whatever, something that has a slow gain, then you can basically invest in that and let it ride. But there's a lot of different screeners out there for different platforms. Webull has a good one. I just haven't had the time to break it down because I'm used to Fidelity. You got me on Chromecast. That's awesome, guys. That's awesome. Yeah, I was watching one of my regular videos on my screen. I don't watch myself usually. I hate listening to my own voice, but I wanted to see what the quality was on like a larger TV. Daisy, no, get down, I can't move because I have this. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. These cats do weird things. Do you think the hedge funds will screw us again? I think they're going to try and implement something, but it seems like they're sort of giving up. And a lot of times when they say that they're giving up, they aren't actually giving up. So always understand that hedge funds are trying to one-up us. They're not trying to lose as much money as they're losing. Yes, there's 100% chance that they can screw us over. And what they could be saying is, oh, well, you know what? We gave up. We sold all our positions, or we covered all our shorts. And then, you know, everybody's like, all right, well, that's the max squeeze we can get. $200 is the max move for GME. AMC is the max move is $11 or whatever it actually is at. And then they'll still have a number of, shorted shares out there. And they'll basically try and push us out of our positions again and continue to do that over and over again until they lose the least amount of money rather than, you know, them gaining any money. They always feel like they can one-up us. And that's what I'm I'm not looking forward to it, but I know that it's going to happen. So definitely be aware of it. Don't think that it's just going to continue to skyrocket and hedge funds are going to be okay with it. They have people in their back pocket, you know, or they're in people's back pockets. Every pet owner ever. Yes. You don't know how many times a day I tell these cats to get down. And then my dog, Emmy, will just stare at me the whole entire day. Like, if she was down here, you don't see her on the camera, but she will stare right here. She will sit there and she will just stare at me and wait for me to do anything. And if I move my chair, she runs upstairs. Like she wants to go outside, but then she never does. It's just a lot of work. AMC to 100 at least. Man, I hope so. I hope that it really gets to 100. Like I said, I have my profit target. I'm going to put a firm stop as soon as it gets close to that area. So if it gets to, let's say, if it gets to 20, I'm going to put my stop at 15, just so I have room for it to continue to grow and drop down a little bit. I'll figure out exactly what's going to happen as I start to really look at how AMC is moving. So if I see AMC is moving down, so we're at $10.22. So if I see that it has fluctuation, it has the chance to push below $15 or $16 or whatever, then I'll make sure to put my stop loss at that $15 range. And if it's up to 20, then you have all of that room here in order for it to play and, you know, move back and forth $1 or $2. That's what I'm looking for. And then obviously if it goes up to $30, I'll continue to watch it. If it goes up to $30, that's where I'll set it at $20. But yeah. Morning, Matt. I hope you about this paper today. Yes, I am. I don't think I'm going to be selling today, but I definitely am about making some paper. $65 videos / streams on a GME and AMC in 3 weeks. That's nearly an average of 3 per day. To tell you the truth, I've been uploading a lot. I've been doing like 2 streams a day because I can't stream like all day. I can only stream for a certain period of time because I do have a 9 to 5, which I really love to do all of my work there. So I enjoy doing that. I obviously enjoy talking to you guys. But yeah, I agree with you that that's a lot, you know, streams I make. It's more than 3 videos per day, I would say. I probably upload sometimes 4. I think I'm uploading 2 videos today and doing probably 1 or 2 streams depending how things go. But I'm not sure if I'm uploading anything else. I also have another channel, the Perry Experience. I think the link is in the description. I think the link's in the description. Let me see. I don't see it here. Well, I also have another channel, the Perry Experience, which I'm uploading a video. Do all OnlyFans creators think alike? I'm reacting to it. I wanted to see how that worked. It was a Jubilee video. And I don't think I gave Jubilee credit, so I need to give Jubilee credit. But yeah, that's going to be uploading at 10:30. Why did you sell GME? The overall thought with GME, and I explained this multiple times, but I'll explain it again. So one, it was a bad decision based on the growth here. But the overall thought that I had was that the growth would be slower. Yes, we would have the growth, and I did believe that we would get to $100 by March. That's what I had my bet on, so I knew that it was going to be to $100. I didn't think that it was going to get to $200 this quick. I thought it was going to be slow growth. So I thought that it was going to take, a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to actually get everything settled, just like it was really taking the last couple of weeks. But it ended up moving the wrong way. So my overall thought was that it would take 2 to 3 weeks, but I can make more than what I would make with 100 shares of GME on the $5,000 or $4,000 that I had in my account. And that showed to be the case because just on one day in Tesla, I could have made $500. I settled for $320, and it ended up being a good deal there. I sold at 690. I bought in at 630.36. But even a couple of days, you could have seen that Tesla got up to 740 or 742. So that could have been a substantial gain with only 6 shares, and then I would have gained a lot more. But I decided to do that and then move as much money as I could over to Webull. So I moved the 4,000 over to Webull while putting an extra 1,000, I think 1,800 or 2,000 into Webull as well. So I should have a smooth like 6,000 that goes over to Webull. And there was multiple decisions in why GME left my portfolio. But obviously I'll say that I was wrong to think that it wouldn't go up this fast, but nobody predicted this. I didn't predict it. Nobody else predicted it. I started streaming when it was around $60, and I had no idea that it was going to go up to 200. Thought it would probably get up to 70 and then pull back, and it did get up to, I forget what it got up to. So it did get up to basically 90, and then obviously it got halted and then started selling off a little bit in the after hours and then pushed up to 200. And I was like, what the? Yeah, of course. Lucas, you're right. Of course I regret it. But you have to move on. I still talk about it because it is a substantial move and you have to. And it has a lot of volatility, so it's definitely a day trading opportunity. But you have to move on and gain money in other areas. Please cough away from the mic. It's kind of tough to do that because I would have to cough like this. And if I cough like that, I feel like that's just going to be a whole issue. You need to explain to people that pre-market with the low volume produces less volatility. Don't freak out. The market doesn't open for 2 hours. Yeah, you're right. The thing about the pre-market is that everything has to be a limit order unless people have the availability to do it. A lot of times they actually can't fill your orders if you have a larger order. So it's something to where you're not going to see. You may see the volatility here. I don't know what you mean by the less volume creates less volatility. It actually can create more volatility, but unrealistic volatility. It doesn't reflect what the actual market is doing. So you can see all of this volatility here moving from $200 down to $132, back up to $190. You see all of this volatility back and forth, but it's not reflecting the correct volume. SNDL, what's SNDL doing? So mainly I want to, obviously with the large gains, I want to focus on AMC and GME, but SNDL looks really good in the after hours market, definitely moving upwards, which is what I was hoping that they would do. I believe I had a trend line here. I don't know if it's still shown. I believe I had a trend line going up this way, saying that it was going to increase, and the fact that it is moving back up to that trend line and hovering above the trend line that I created means that it is flowing along that trend line, meaning that it's going to be a slow grower, something that hits $2 in a couple of days, maybe with some popularity with a lot of people pushing this like this right here. You're going to see this push up a little bit. But if it goes off the trend line, just know that it probably is going to come back in line. It's not something that just skyrockets and people hold on to. It's something that people pump and dump for SNDL, in my opinion. What's going on here? What are people talking about? Tumor. Dennis, you are a tumor. What? Could be a tumor. It's not a tumor at all. What are we talking about here? What do you think about CCIV? CCIV is tough because I was actually into them yesterday. I didn't buy in, but I wanted to get in here. Sorry, I'm seeing this move a lot, but I wanted to get into CCIV. The problem is that I wanted to see some volatility. And when I was looking in it for the day, you could see that there was not much volatility. It was just completely downhill, right? It wasn't up, wasn't down. It wasn't something that I really thought was going to increase. Now, if I did want to get into it, luckily I did move my money over to Webull before that actually happened or took place. I would have probably seen these large candlesticks here and thinking that it was going to be a turnaround to get back up to the maybe the 20 moving average or the 200 EMA. Moving average. And seeing that, I would have probably invested somewhere around here and then ended up getting stopped out at whatever my break even was because it did end up coming back down. Now, it did go up a little bit, but if it did come back down and I lost $20, I would stay with that loss. Why are you thinking of selling AMC at $20? See, $20 is my bottom line. Well, sorry, $15 is my bottom line profit target. $20 is my kind of top of the line target, because that will be where I put my stop loss with the thought of it growing more. And if it does grow more, then you're going to see me add a whole new strategy to that. But the main purpose is that I always want to accept a large gain. And if you have a profit target, then definitely take your profit target. In my opinion, that's what you need to do. You don't want to be caught in a position to where it goes way below it because you didn't set any type of limit. You didn't set any type of break even. And I understand the thought of, the fear of missing out, but you can completely miss out if you do not gain any type of profit. Now, you can continue to talk about it and how it went up and how you had all this potential, all of that stuff. But either way, you made profit while some people probably lost thousands of dollars. That's why I talk about AMC selling at 20, because it's important for you to have a profit target. You can't just say to the moon and never sell. There are people that say to the moon, but then you see people like Keith Gill who end up taking $17 million worth of profit, right? And you don't have to sell everything. You can have your own strategy where you sell a portion of it, take your investments out, and now you have maybe, 5,000 in there. So say if you had 10,000 from the start and you gain 10,000, you take out 15,000, keep 5,000 in there, and then you can continue to grow, right? Their crypto launching March 1st. Well, if they have something launching March 1st, that's definitely a great deal. I do not like dealing with penny stocks, but let's check exactly what's happening here. What's the move? Is there any interest around this? Because I don't see a ton of interest. You can see that this did move to 2 cents from 0.0016, actually lower than that, all the way up to 2 cents. I like the fact that it did increase a crazy amount, but then you did see it kind of sell off, and it's continuing to sell off. I don't see this as more of a buy opportunity, as more like kind of a pump and like staggered dump. It does not look like it's something that I would personally invest into, with it bowing out and continuing to go down. If this crosses over, then it does not look like it would be something that even should be worth it. It did drop down significantly from where it was, obviously, because people took their profits. But yeah, I wouldn't say that this is something that I would look into personally. but having news of launching a new crypto is always good things, but it's always good. But I feel like you have that news available. Why is he calling me now? Like what? Of course I don't have. Can you answer that? It's not work. I've never had anybody that is a friend of mine call me at 7 o'clock in the morning. What type of crap are they on? So, I mean, I'm up, but still, the reason why I get up so early is so that nobody bothers me during that time period. I don't get any calls, I don't get any emails, I don't have to worry about all that stuff. But with like work, I can focus on work at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and be able to get a lot of things done without people interrupting me. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. I don't believe that mine is something that I would personally look into, but launching of crypto is something that you see in a lot of cases. So I wouldn't say that it's life-changing news. Main focus, GME, the real squeeze. I think both of them are, well, GME was the original squeeze, right? But like I said, AMC, I was going to say ABC. AMC has a ton of potential, right? Being at that, low dollar figure with a crazy amount of people holding at this moment, it's definitely a big thing. Maybe it's an emergency. He would text me. It's an emergency. He would text me and say, look, you need to answer your phone. I've had a number of people that call me with an emergency and say, text me, or they text me. I know AMC is pretty much a penny stock right now. It was $2 before the casino opened low. What are you talking about? So AMC before the pandemic was at $7. AMC before that, a month before that, I believe was somewhere hovering around the $10 mark. So we had a number of days to where it was hovering above where this was. Yes, it was decreasing, but the actual pandemic decreased it a lot. Shutting things down decreased it from that $7 mark down to $2 to where it went up in the pandemic. It hovered between $2 or $7 and $2 or so. So it continued to go back and forth as the months went on. While people quote that it was a $2 stock, the company was worth $7 at the bottom before the pandemic actually hit them. Right? People weren't going to the theaters. I understand that. But now the company is worth a lot more with all the attention that's on them. I could tell you that. I love your claim way of talking. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Do I smoke? No, I don't smoke. Oh, JK. Didn't see the parentheses. He could be having a seizure. Why would that be a thing? Why would that even be a thing? But yeah, I could tell you that. Where was I at? What was I talking about? I get distracted sometimes. It was at $7 before the pandemic, so it's definitely worth between $10 and $15 as of now. There we go. That was a good cough. $10 to $15 as of now. So I believe that it's definitely worth that $20 mark. It can get up to that point, and it can even push higher than that because the amount of people holding this, the amount of shorted shares that are out there, it has a huge potential to continue to pass. AMC is passing 40 today. Don't sell. I don't know about today. That would be amazing. Well, if it grew 100%, if it's following what GME did and it can grow 100% from $10, then it'll grow to $20 today, which could continue to grow after that. Hopefully we can see something like we've seen before where a couple of positions, I think it was SCKT We've seen them grow basically to, I think it was like 700, 800%, which is crazy. I hope that we can see something like that, you know? But right now we're sitting at $10.18. We're up 11% in the pre-market. We were up 18% yesterday. We've seen a ton of volume yesterday. If we can continue to see that volume, man, this is definitely going to do some really big things today. We have 1,776 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. Get as many likes as you can. Let's see if we have any. I don't think we have free stocks until 9 o'clock. Yeah. So if we do get any free stocks, it'll be at 9 o'clock, but it probably won't be as much. So we're gonna see some really good movement. AMC hitting 40, bro. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Like I said, I'm gonna have my stop losses, and I'm going to, whatever profit I feel like I can accept, I'm gonna accept that profit. If I feel like it is my top limit of profit, if it gets to $100, I'm definitely accepting at that point. And yes, it can still go up after that, but you know, I'm definitely putting my stop loss there, and that's gonna be a firm stop. So if it does increase, it does increase. But if it's a firm stop at $100, then that's what's happening. But the squeeze is not yet squoze. What do I think about FUBU? FUBU TV. So when I was looking at them in the past, right, it was nothing but uphill from here. You've seen how great this was increasing, and even to this point, before you've seen this huge push up, you've seen that it was really doing some big things, and obviously this showed that it's just a method to push it. So they're pushing as much as possible, get it up to 63, and then end up selling. It's a pump and dump at that point. But then you see it continue to fall on maybe a trend line here, continue to go up, and then as it starts to get to certain points, it looks like it rejects around the $50 mark, 50-something dollar mark. So you can potentially see where this bottom was, get into it, gain a little bit out of it, but it looks like more of a day trading opportunity for me, or a swing trading opportunity, because over a couple of days, you can see that it does increase a significant amount, and it does hit, hopefully, if it goes down to this $23 mark, which I don't think it will, because you can see the growth there. The only reason it went down to this $23 mark is because of this mass sell-off. Every other case, it did not get down to that point. So even with this sell-off where it got pretty high. So what I'm saying is that this may be one of the low points here, and you can actually get in and drive that up to $50. So that's not a bad position. I believe that that's still available for a swing trade, not really a day trade, but a swing trade. In my opinion, that's where I stand with that. Trey is live. Yeah, if you're interested in Trey's trades, definitely go and check his channel out. I believe he goes live 7:30. So go and check him out if you could. Make sure you hit that like button on this video. All you have to do is, go down below. You probably have to take the chat away, then hit the like button. So we have 1,756 people in here, 494 likes. We need to get this above 1,000 likes. I would love it. Realistic profit target for GME today. We need to see what GME is doing today. Right now, we see them hovering in the pre-market at $146. If we can see the same amount of volume that we've seen yesterday, or even close to it, because we were double the volume, what the average volume was. So if we could see the same amount of volume, we can see it increase a crazy amount and get above that 200 mark. We want to see it break the 200 barrier, because we probably have a number of people that are willing to sell at $200. And that's the case. There's a lot of people that did not have access to this. If you look at the way that it increased, let's look at one day. You look at the way that it increased, it closed at $91.71. Got all the way up to 200. If it gets up to 200 again, you're going to see a little bit of a sell-off to where people just take their profits. I mean, I understand. But the buying power is absolutely ridiculous. The reversal of any manipulation is absolutely ridiculous. And if the volume continues to be on the same track, then we're going to see it increase to maybe the likes of 200 plus, maybe 250. It might be a possibility. But then again, you could also see manipulation. So this is where we just need to see exactly where it opens and what it does on the first candlestick. Once we see that, we'll know where it's going to move. Everyone let me know what your AMC buy options are. So you mean everybody in the chat, let them know what your AMC buy options are. GME going to 800 plus by Friday. My option contract is riding on it. Wow. 800 plus by Friday. That's a huge gain in 2 days. DIDL somewhere between $15 and $35. Let's check that out. All right. Oops. Is it DO? Are you responding to somebody? Mavis. I think Mavis is not tapped out, but obviously it has its ups and downs. Mainly ups on the long. If you're looking at a 10,000 foot view, mainly ups, right? But you did see a little bit of a flatten out, a little bit of rejection somewhere around these points of the $20 marks, right? $21 mark. So it looks like it's kind of rejecting a little bit above $20. Has not surpassed $25 yet, but it looks like it is resisting at certain points or has support levels at certain points. The problem here is I just want to be able to, I know there's a lot of news on Mavis, the reason why they did increase, but like I said, I don't typically go by the news a lot, any news catalysts. I'm more or less into the charts and see what history is doing, especially over the last couple of weeks or months, even a year at that point. You can see that it does have strength though. So I don't know if this is a time to get in, because it does look like it's resisting not too far away from where it is. $17 resisting at maybe the $20 marks. So you could possibly gain a couple dollars out of it if you wanted to invest at a high volume. But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be like a crazy push or anything. It depends what people do. If we drive the price up, then that's a different story. But I believe that's going to continue to reject the $21 mark, the $20 mark. You're going to have a number of sell walls. We have 1,759 people in here. If you can get this to, let's say 700 likes, let's push it up 100. The squeeze when not manipulated will will pass 2K. I believe that you're right. If there was no manipulation, which we won't see, there has to be some sort of manipulation or they'll lose a ton of money. Even though they're going to lose a ton of money. Yes, it would be a huge squeeze. I wouldn't say that 2K, it would be at 2K. It could possibly, I would say that realistically it would get to like 1,000. And that's just my thought, but there's potential, yes. I think it could have actually gotten to that height, yeah. If you look at the first squeeze and there was no manipulation at all, it could have actually pushed 1,000 and bordered 1,500 and maybe even pushed to 2,000. You might be right. But it would have done a lot of work without any manipulation because it was just on the way up. It was crazy. What do I think about Socket Mobile? Socket Mobile is tough because you've seen that large increase, which clearly was a pump and dump. They posted it as a ton of news for the iPhone 12, I think it was. And then it was just more of a dump, really. So they pumped it a ton, they dumped it, and it went up, 800%. and it was absolutely insane the way it was moving. So do I feel like it still has potential to grow? Yes, I do. You can see in the last day, and even in the pre-market, you can see that it is pushing up to, it went up to $19.17, and it did drop down to $13.75. So it has potential to push up. It's just, it seems like people are truly just pumping and dumping this. And it was going down for a number of days until literally like a full day ago, to where it started to increase. So it has potential to where people are getting interested in buying it up. But again, very tough to look at this as a downward moving stock for the last however many days, hitting a bottom here and then seeing it push up out of nowhere. Similar to what's happening with AMC and GME. Are people pushing more things? Are people creating more distractions? Possibly, but this could be another opportunity for people to get in. But right now, pushing up to $19. Where did it close at? $10, pushed up to 19, and now is at 13. You may still see more people selling at that point. So has a little bit of potential, but definitely you would be catching it on kind of chasing the stock at this point, from $8 up to $10, up to 19, even up to 13. If you just look at the trend going this way, you're chasing it. Definitely factor in all of this risk that you see here. Let me log into my Fidelity over here. We have 1,800 people, almost 2,000 people in this live stream. Please hit that like button. Get it above that 1,000 like threshold. That would be absolutely amazing. Amazing, you guys. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, I can't wait until a lot of the money is actually moved over to Webull so that I can actually trade on here. But right now, as it stands, I have $751 on here. Most of them is, it's free stocks. I did have AMC, which I have $400 worth of AMC, which is actually at an unrealized loss of $77 for I was going to say Robinhood. For Fidelity, I have a lot more over there. Basically 1,700 shares. 1,900 people in here. Hit that like button. We got 750 likes. That's crazy. It's really good. Thank you for hitting the like button, everybody. What's your target price for AMC? My two target prices, I have a bottom of $15 that I'm willing to accept. $20 is where I want to sell, but if it does go up more than that, I'll set a stop loss. Once it goes above 20, I'll set a stop loss at like that $20 or $18 mark, and then let it sit there. Depending on how fast it's moving up, I might set it at just 20, and then if it's continuing to move up, if it goes up to 25, then I may set it at like 23. It just really depends, but I want to see it. I want to give it enough room so that it can move. Maybe a couple of dollars down without selling my position, because I know that there is fluctuation in the stock price, and I want to know exactly what that fluctuation is in order to play it the right way. Kind of like what I did with Tesla. I want to play it the right way and gain as much money as possible without it selling me out of my position. So that's the best bet. I could do a trailing stop. I could do other methods. Those don't seem to work for me that much, but I like to do it this way. So I would say 20 is where I would like to sell. That would be obviously $17,000 gain, but there would be a lot more if I continue to drive that price up. Sorry you've answered this already, but do you think there will be an AMC morning dip? I sold at 810 just before it blew. Oh, wow. And need to get back in. There could be a possibility of a morning dip. The thing that we do like about that, and I don't like saying that there will be a morning dip because of the fact that people want it to continue to go up, but the fact that it's at $10, right? It closed at $9 at $9.09. The fact that it's at $10 means that there's a whole dollar that people are missing out on, right? A lot of people that don't have the availability to trade in the extended hours, they see this, they know this, and then they're going to say, okay, well, I know that it might go up, but then again, what if it doesn't? So you're going to have a number of people that are willing to take their profits and just sell after holding for so long. You know, they're just going to sell, and I guess you would classify that as paper hand, but really they're just taking their profits or taking the break even if they wanted to. But yes, I think we could possibly see a sell-off. We've been seeing that for the last how many days? You know, you see this sell-off that we did have before that increase. We did have a downward move here. We did have a downward move here. So before all of these increases, we are seeing sell-offs. And I'm saying I would say that I'm hoping that that would happen. But since I did move my money, I can't put any more money in there because it's in the process of transferring. So kind of made multiple mistakes this week. One mistake, not this week, but the past couple of, I guess, days, let's say it's like 8 days, made the mistake in selling GME too early, and I said that. Obviously made the mistake again in not buying in at $60 when I had the chance before I sold, before I moved my money, because that could have obviously skyrocketed. And then now I, made the mistake in obviously moving that money to where I can't access it. So I can't even use that to trade, which means that anything that I really wanted to make money on after this whole GME thing, I couldn't possibly do it until that money is cleared, which may take up to 5 days from what they said. So multiple mistakes, but either way, I think that it will have a dip. I don't know if it will go down to the $8.10 mark. Did you take a profit at least? No bears allowed? You should sell your keyboard? What? I'm not going to sell my keyboard. Don't buy AMC, it will rope. Can you talk about the new short percentage numbers? What are the new short percentage numbers? I did see that they had, like, they were holding a lot of shorts. I believe Market Watch had something. Short interest 48.13 million. I don't know what the percentage is of that. Percentage of floated shorted 12.84%. I thought that the amount of shorted shares was like astronomical compared to what's available. I haven't actually checked into the numbers. I just knew that they were high. Outstanding shares, 377 million. %. What the fuck, when is Trey on? Is he not on? Is he supposed to be on at 7:30? I've seen that Brian Jung is going to stream at like 9:30, right when the market opens. GME to squeeze Monday. I mean, it's already doing some big things, but don't ask him about GameStop. He sold. Just because I sold doesn't mean that I can't go into the detail of GameStop. Nobody would have predicted this, to tell you the truth. Everybody predicted that it would go up, right? I knew that it would go up. I had, like I said, I understood that, and I believed that it was going to go up by March 1st. And I wanted to say that it was going to go over 100. No way did I think that it was going to go over 200 before March 1st. So Wait, why would you say that about Brian? Let's keep the language at a dull roar. Trey's saying 93%. Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. Like the amount of shorted shares is absolutely ridiculous for AMC compared to what's available. We have 2,000 people in here. Please get this to 1,000 likes. It's not a, I don't think that's a tall task. Are people so upset? You sold your stop. Mainly because one, we have like this movement here to where people want to, for some reason it looks like the market's open here, but it's not. We have this movement, right? We need to make sure that things are going the right way, that we're moving in the right direction. And the way that you do that is by holding on to these positions. I understand exactly where they're coming from. I noticed that I made a mistake, right? People know that I may have made a mistake. I thought it was going to be a longer term increase, to tell you the truth. And I don't know why I have to say this multiple times, but I thought that this was going to be a longer term increase and thought that I can make money elsewhere, make more money elsewhere with the fact that I only had 100 shares. I mean, it wasn't something that was going to be a life-changing number because it was only 100 shares. If it was less than that, then yeah. But the problem is that I didn't play it well from the beginning. Right from the beginning, I could have taken it and said, I bought in at $76, sold at either right above or right below $76, right? Then see that price end up continuing to go down because the manipulation was going to happen, and get in at $40, and then I would be able to get a substantial gain. But no matter what, it wasn't going to be a huge gain there. It was going to be a larger gain, but it wasn't going to be something that was, absolutely crazy. Yeah, it was a $3,000 loss. I already made up basically half of that at this point. But still, nobody would have predicted that it would go up to this point. It would go up to $200. And with the fact that I did do extended hours, I did add on extended hours trading to my platform, I could have possibly sold at $200 if I wanted to and made my profit. But like I said, my profit target, my short-term profit target was only $79. Did not get sold out, or did not get sold out of that position because of the fact that they just didn't fill my whole order. And if they would have filled my whole order, then I would have been sold out at $79, which means I would have made money, got back in at $40, drove it on the way up, and we would have been great. But I would have got in at $38 probably. So yeah, that's where it ends up being a little bit tough for me. But again, that's the reason why. How do you auto sell at your price target in Robinhood? There should be a set to do a limit order, and you can put in that limit order. The problem is, I think if you're too far away, they won't let you do it. I know at Fidelity, they won't let you do it if you're over like a certain percentage. For Robinhood, you can set a limit order. I always recommend doing something that's like either a trailing stop or a stop once it gets above your price, because you don't want to lose out on future, or you don't want to lose out on any other growth that you have above your target. Because yes, your target is your target, but you want to have a firm stop at your target, and if it goes above it, you want to be able to collect on top of that. So you can set a firm stop after it does increase over your target, your profit target, and then you can also set a limit order as in the max amount that you really want to accept there. So there are multiple ways you can do it in Robinhood. I just don't like Robinhood anymore. I'd rather use Webull or Fidelity. Fidelity is just a little bit more complex with their, I feel like Fidelity is like old news to me. As I look into their platform, it just doesn't look as easy to use as Webull. Like I can scroll in and out, easily navigate through things. For Fidelity, I have to go up and select zoom in, and then select the area that I want to zoom in, and then put, like, it's just way too difficult. I have to go in here, scroll through all the indicators that they have in order to select the indicators. It's just a lot of hard work. And I like hard work, but not when I'm trading. I'd rather, be able to get things done really quick, because day trading is something that has to be really quick. If you want Webull, definitely check out the platform or the link below in the description. All you have to do is click the link, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks. And then if you want the free platform, you obviously don't have to deposit $100 in order to get the platform. You can go on the website, hit the downloads tab, and you'll see the platform there that you can download for Windows, Mac, or whatever other platform you're using. GME, I mean, was absolutely crazy yesterday. Everyone misses the hole at least once. That's one way to put it. I'll tell you that, I mean, there's tons of opportunities that I miss out on, right? And there's tons of opportunities that I get in on. But I always take the conservative approach, which is better than a lot of people's aggressive approach. Because what people will do is they'll take the aggressive approach and they'll push for a stock to gain $100 instead of gaining $10. I'm looking for it to only move a small amount while buying a larger amount of shares, while people will buy maybe a smaller amount of shares for it to move a ton, or buy a larger amount of shares for it to move a ton. And they make the mistake in thinking that it's going to continue to go up by holding it overnight, doing all these different things. They end up losing money. This is why day traders get a lot of bad press here, because some people don't know what actual day trading is. If you know how to day trade or swing trade, you understand that you can be profitable. Majority of the actual day traders will be profitable. Majority of people that claim that they're day traders and that aren't, those are the people that are not profitable. Those are the people that lose thousands and thousands of dollars every single day rather than gaining hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars in a day. So it's tough to label myself as a day trader because people will think, hey, you don't make money, when I can easily make a normal salary by trading. Yes, it will be taxed at a lot more, but I can easily make a normal salary while trading. There have been a number of years where I made $35,000 at minimum day trading. A lot of times I will just trade for $100 a day, or $200 a day or whatever. It's something that's very simple. Having my my profit to loss ratio be at 5-to-1. That's what I'm looking to do, and it's about trying to be profitable. You don't seem to know what you're doing, though. I don't seem to know what I'm doing, though. The thing is that, do I know everything? No. I could tell you that there are things that I look at during the day that it's very simple. You don't need to overcomplicate things. There are a bunch of people that overcomplicate things, saying that, obviously they want to gain a lot more money. They want to gain $10,000, but they also risk losing $2,000. It looks a lot better than gaining $100 a day and losing 20. It looks a lot better because that's obviously a lot more. If you can gain $8,000 a day, it's absolutely crazy. But for the people that want to gain less and just be profitable, that's where I sit. I try and make things as simple as I could. There's nothing more than looking at indicators, looking at charts. News doesn't really tell you too much. News can be something that's extremely positive and then all of a sudden the stock goes down. How do you even classify that? How do you explain that? You can't. You could say, oh, well, you know what? People just reacted wrong to it. That's exactly what it's about. The people are the thing that drives the stock market. And we're noticing this with AMC, GME, all these other positions. People are the thing that drives the stock market. It's not news. By the time the news actually gets out, the investment firms are already investing in it. The hedge funds are already investing in it, are already shorting it. They're already doing all that because the news hit them first and then it comes to us. It probably hit everybody else before it comes to us. So it's crazy. Just think about this. This is the news. Somebody is reporting on this. So the person reporting on this can make a move before anybody else can. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. People say, oh, well, the news really shows how you can have those increases. No, it all depends how people react. You can have someone come out and say, oh, Tesla's making a new car, and nothing happened to the stock until someone says, okay, you know what, I'm going to invest in this at a high rate. Then other people start to join in, other people join in. It's all about what people are doing. So you don't need to know everything in order to trade. All you need to know is what will be best for your strategy. How can you be profitable? I do not know everything. There are a bunch of people that know way more than I do. and some of the basic stuff. But I know about indicators, I know about my strategy, I know about the pullback method, I know about a lot of different things that fit well with my strategy, with my trading strategy. So hopefully that sits well with everybody. But yeah, I can tell you that there's some areas I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know about options. I won't tell you that I know about options. I don't try and factor in news to either be a positive or a negative because it's old news at that point. Like there's a lot of things that I don't know. So you're right, I guess. But when it comes to trading, I definitely know what I'm doing. I'm not saying not to watch the news. I'm saying you can watch the news. It's just old news at that point. Yeah, just like Blackberry, good news equals price drop. It's all about making money. If you don't understand how to trade, then what you need to do is build your own strategy and you can actually become successful. Please tell me the future of Tesla. You know GME was going up. Again, clearly that's why you sold at a loss, right? No, I told exactly why I sold at a loss. I sold at a loss because I believe I can make more money in the time frame that it was going to go up. That's the reason. It's not the fact that I sold because I knew it was going to go up and I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I actually didn't know that it was going to go up. I have bets that are out there that says that the price is going to hit over $100 by March. So if I have these bets, it's basically saying that I know it's going to go up, but I believe that I can make a lot more money in that time frame, which I did prove literally one day. Can pull Tesla and gain the $300. Did I know that it was going to go up to $200? No, I didn't, and I said that I was wrong there. But Matthew loves Hitler. That's a little much, man. Come on now. It's funny, but that's a little much. I wouldn't say I love Hitler. Has anybody seen that? The clip of, I can't remember, the lady that's on the Frenemies podcast. I can't remember her name, where she said that Hitler wasn't a bad guy, and then got caught up on it, and then basically doubled down on it. It was like Hitler wasn't a bad guy. He's got kids. He don't know how to pull out. He don't know the pull out method. This is the thing. I have kids, right? But obviously you can see by my my stock price choices and decisions to sell, I do know how to pull out, and I pull out too soon. So from GME, I pull out too soon. But I always make the decision in taking my profits or taking an aggressive approach to gaining a little bit more money. So rather than going the GME route, where I thought it was a slow route based on the fact that it was at the bottom for a number of days and you didn't really see the volume, I was hoping to see an uptick a little bit in the volume, and if I did see that, I would have stayed in, but I didn't see it. So nobody would have predicted that it moved to 200. So with like AMC, GME, all of those things, you're going to see me probably sell a little bit early, GME especially. AMC, I'm going to probably sell a little bit early because my profit target is around $20. I may get pulled out at $20. And if I do, that's not selling too early, that's selling at a profit. And yes, it could possibly go up to $40 or $50 or $60 or $90 or $100, whatever. But the point is that I made a profit, right? And everybody needs to find a way to make a profit. Because if we drive this price up to $100 and it caps out at $100, there are people that bought in at $100. And now what's going on? Now they're going to lose a ton of money. It's stupid for them to do that. Because no matter what, you can say that one person may swing something, but that's not the case. It's going to be a number of people that end up pulling this price down. And once they see it get up to a point, kind of like SNDL, seeing how that got up to a point, and then what happened, people lost a ton of money that were invested up here. People lost so much money thinking that it's going to get back, and they're probably still holding. And that's where they get wrapped up in it. And it's because of people that just say, hey, hold it as long as possible. It's stupid to do that. Take your profits. You hold to a point, but you take your freaking profits. Stonkwatch.org for all of your stonk needs. Is that a real website? It's not .org, I'll tell you that. In 2020, I made $23K swing trading plus my 9-to-5 job. That's what I'm saying. Yen Yang, I definitely, I believe you there. You know, it's great to be able to have that extra income. The problem is that that's taxed at a short-term capital gains tax, right? So you're getting taxed a lot more. But, you know, you can make extra money by doing that. But you need to understand you're probably really disciplined with your swing trading, right? You understand when we're at the top, when we're at the bottom. You understand how to get in, how to get out, your profit targets, your loss targets. You probably understand all of that. And that's where people don't understand, because swing trading, you can be profitable. Day trading, you can be profitable. They promote that most people that are successful in the markets are long-term investing. That's because they want to push long-term investing. It makes the market more predictable for them, for their mutual funds, for their stocks, everything that they have. It makes it more predictable. Right now, there are so many different billionaires and hedge funds that can't predict what the stocks are going to do because we're pushing it in different directions. So that's why they're always like, oh, well, you know what, let's keep pushing the fact that the normal way of looking at the stock market is by doing long-term investing, mutual funds, fractional shares at a long-term rate. That's what they keep pushing. And I hate this a lot because so many people can make a lot of money based on the market actually being more volatile. But then there are a lot of people that invest long-term that will not make a lot of money. $20 is a good selling point. I believe so too. Please say I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat. My cat is a cat. I don't know where. They're not coming. They don't like me. Not today. We have 2,379 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing, guys. Please do so. Profit is money that you never had before. Who cares about taxes? Well, I mean, if it's taxed at a higher rate, I kind of care about it. You know, if you're being taxed at like 50%, it's crazy. Overall taxes, looking at state, local, federal, all of those. If you're taxed at a higher rate, obviously it sucks. And then as you start to add on more money, you're taxed at higher brackets, which is crazy. But still, you know, it's how the tax system works. I understand it. I'm happy with it. Well, sorry, I'm not happy with it, but I'm okay with it. So yeah, that's how it goes. Let's see. So this is, why did I sell my GME shares? To simplify it, it was just the thought of, I do need some water. It was just the thought of gaining more money over the long-term increase of GME. Thought that it was going to get to 100 at this point. You know, in the next day, I thought it was going to be at 100, but I did not think it was going to get to $200, or where is it at now, actually? It gained 60%, $140, $150. I need AMC to skyrocket. I would love for it to skyrocket. If it moved 100%, that would be amazing. If it moved 200%, that would be phenomenal as well. Let's get those ADT shares. I don't think we can get them yet. I think it starts at 9 o'clock. I think that's when you receive your shares. Yeah, 9 o'clock. I'm not sure if I already hit the add button, but I just hit the add button again. I'm sorry if I did. No reason to sell at 20 when the potential is a lot higher. I think, see, this is the thing that a lot of people get stuck on, And yes, the potential is a lot higher. I will continue to adjust my stop losses to make sure I don't get pulled out. Did I get a lot of ads? I'm the dumbest YouTuber. Well, if you don't like me, then you could, if you are subscribed, you can unsubscribe. You can stop watching the stream. If I'm the dumbest YouTuber, then there's a lot of other YouTubers out there. I tend to be profitable at times, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for your honesty. A lot of YouTubers say diamond hands, but are wet paper. Keep up the great content. Get mods, because some are just hating. Yeah, I mean, you have people that are hating. If I see anything that's ridiculous, like if I see people start cursing, then I drop them off. But I definitely do need some mods if I'm going to keep streaming like this. But thank you for the super chat. And yeah, there are a bunch of people that will continue to say diamond hands, and it bothers me. You know, it bothers me that they're just saying, oh, diamond hands, diamond hands. Hey, if real trading or real investing or whatever, you understand that there's a profit target. There's a point to where you're like, hey, where should I sell at? And this is what a number of people are asking about. They're saying, hey, when should I sell? You know, when are you going to sell? Because I want to mock that, even though I don't condone that. I will not tell people to copy my selling strategy or my buying strategy or whatever I'm doing at that moment. But people will look to get someone's advice about when they should sell. And I believe it 100% that they do need a profit target and a loss target. Matt, top work. I will visit the US from the UK. Any tips? Thinking of California, hit that like button. Yeah, California is great. I recently went to Disney, which was really good. I liked it a lot. I would say that I wouldn't go there multiple times. There are people that I know that go there multiple times, but California is definitely great. It depends what you're really into. I haven't physically been to California. I've just known people that have gone there, and I want to go there, which we actually were planning on going there this past year, but we couldn't because of COVID. I recommend South Carolina. Myrtle Beach is really a great place. I like playing golf, so South Carolina is really, really great for golf. I know they have a lot of great golf courses. North Carolina, we flew into North Carolina. But then again, I've only been to, let's say, I don't even know how many states. New York, New Jersey, like I've probably been to, I could probably count on both hands how many states I've been to. So I wouldn't take a full recommendation from me, but yeah, I absolutely love Disney. I would go there again, obviously just to see my children, you know, go on rides and stuff. They have a lot more that you can do than other theme parks and stuff. So that was fun. But yeah, Slashing Bison. Let Slashing Bison know what are some great areas to go to if you're in the U.S. and COVID is fake. I don't think COVID is fake. I love golf too. Yeah, Michael, if I'm ever in your state, you know, hit me up on Instagram. What state do you live in? You hit me up on Instagram and let me know what state you're actually in and you like to golf. Then if I'm ever in that state, I can hit you up. We can play some golf. I'm always up for it. That goes for anybody else. Why would you go to Disney during the pandemic, you dumbass? Really? So this was during literally the downtime of the pandemic. We had no issues with anything. And I mean, Disney is probably the strictest, the most strict people with masks that you will ever see. It's crazy. And it was to a point to where like they were like, look, if we catch you at all, like you're done. Like it's just like, it was crazy. They consistently, you know, had people around ready to say, hey, put your mask over your nose. Right now I wouldn't go. Obviously you would be at risk a lot. You would have to wear a double mask and all this other stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was really fun. But at some point, I mean, I needed some sort of fun there. But that was a while ago. It wasn't now. It was actually a long time ago. The time flies. There's only 4,000 short shares available of AMC. What does that mean? That means that they have a hell of a lot of shorted shares. That means that they can't short any more shares and they need to cover more. And while we see the price go up, they're continuing to short the shares in order to drive the price back down. And what it means is that as the volume goes up, if we continue to have the same volume, the same buy volume that we would have, even though it's tough because a lot of people are holding, we have the same buy volume, then the price is going to skyrocket. It's just literally a ticking time bomb at this point. That's why we say AMC has a lot of potential. I think they're holding back on covering a lot of the shorted positions. And it's all speculation because we don't really know. We're seeing from the outside looking in. So yeah, that's pretty much where it was. Double mask works? Question mark. I don't know. They're basically saying that you wear a double mask, it stops like a certain percentage that comes in. 4,000 shorted shares available. I'm seeing that multiple times. Is it from the same person? Same person. 4,000 shorted shares available, which is crazy. That means the manipulation is absolutely insane. Should I buy an AMC short call? I'm not a person that's into options, and I will not tell you that I know about options at all. The only thing I really understand is that you buy an options contract for it to hit a certain price at a certain period of time. That's the only thing I really know about it. If I read more into it, I'm pretty sure I'll get more into options, but I make money with day trading and that's where I'm interested in. But I should diversify things, but it's just so much easier to not have to worry about any positions that you have open throughout the whole day. If I don't have any positions open, then it makes it very easy. We have 2,267 people in here, 1,148 likes. Get it above, let's say 1,500 likes. That would be amazing. With the 2,000 people in here, that should be easy. It should be very easy. Bro, your content is great. I have learned a lot from your channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you learned something from my channel, I'm really happy with the fact that you have learned something, because some people will say, oh, well, you don't know anything, or you don't know something about this topic. And I don't know things about certain topics, and I don't know everything, and I'll be the first to admit that. But I will teach you as much as I possibly know in order for you to be profitable. But the point is that with day trading, swing trading, investing, it's all down to a strategy. So if I can put that on you and keep pushing that about a strategy, about building a strategy, you're going to start to understand that that's the main point. If you literally had a full circle or I don't know, a web chart or whatever, that would be the thing that's in the middle, your strategy, or probably day trading, I guess. But then one big point would be your strategy, and then it would all branch off after that. So thank you for saying that. Thank you for the super chat. I'm glad that you learned something from my channel. I love to talk about investing, so I'm glad that I'm able to do this on a stream. I'm glad that I have all of the technology to do it, even though I am at 720p apparently. But yeah, I'm happy to be able to do this. I love talking about credit cards, personal finance, budgeting, investing, all of those things. But investing was the thing that got the least amount of views because you just need to be like established and talk about investing for a while before you actually get put into that category and your content gets pushed. So I had a couple of great videos, but I had a number of videos out there that I feel like just didn't get the attention, while credit cards and all the other stuff were getting attention. So I decided to, switch at that point. But now I'm happy to be able to do this. So thank you. Disney strict on masks, but all their employees get caught with. You could have just simplified it and said CP. I would have understood what you meant there. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Why would that even be a thing? And I don't even want to entertain that at all. So yeah, I don't even want to read it. So, but yeah, Lou Boy, I, I don't know if that's true, but they are strict on masks. I'll tell you that. They have a policy to where they're very strict, and I don't know about now because I haven't been there since I don't know when we actually went, but it was a while ago. So yeah, I'm gonna thank you for the super chat though, but let's dial it down there and just like say like CP rather than what you said there. Seriously though, I live in Florida. I think I'm living. I think I'm living Google. Google it, you'll see. I'm not Googling anything when it comes to that stuff. If you look up that stuff at all, that's not good. So I'm not gonna Google it. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, all I know is that the park was amazing. All the parks were amazing. And I've never been there before. That was the first time I've been there to see Harper. Obviously, Hayden didn't do anything because she's a baby. But you know, Harper to be able to go on roller coasters and stuff, which she's never got to do. Especially, she still doesn't get to do in other theme parks. It's just Disney has the smaller section, the more kid section, which is great. So yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'm not gonna Google it. Thank you for the super chat though. We have about an hour. Round 2 coming up soon. Hopefully we see that. This is the FBI. Someone say CP. You guys are funny. Intel shows 6K shares. From what I'm hearing, you shouldn't really trust Intel too much. I believe this information, I don't know where it's coming from, but from what I've seen, I hear 6K and I hear 4K. Either way, it's a low amount of shorted shares left. And that's crazy. If it's even 10,000, it's a low amount of short shares available, meaning that they have a high short percentage, knowing that it's going to come down. This is crazy because AMC is valued. They're valuable. I believe they're somewhere hovering around that $10 to $15 mark. So people that are shorting them are trying to bankrupt them. And if we could push them and keep them surviving until the summertime to where they can thrive, then they'll never go back down to that point, and they will be forced to get out of all their positions, all their short positions. Is that really just a matter of people not selling? It's not only that. You know, you have people not selling. You also have the shorted shares being covered while also, I guess, partnering them up with some shorts. You also have people that are buying into it with the little amount that we do have. And I believe that that's really the tipping point here for especially GME. You've seen an uptick in volume from where they were double the amount that what their average is. AMC was well over double the amount of what the average is. So I don't understand how AMC didn't go up more. Maybe because they're still partnering it with some sort of shorted shares. They haven't covered all of them. Daisy, get down. Get down. I don't understand why you keep going up there. Anything on SNDL? I thought SNDL looked like it was falling back in line. So if I do look at cannabis, the problem is that cannabis is tough because all of them were, if you look at them from a 10,000 foot view, you're going to see that it was pumped and dumped, but it is falling back in line. You can see it increasing here, going back up to where that trend line is. It is starting to fall down a little bit, but it is up 7% today. It was up 15% yesterday. The lunatics like wallstreetbets crash the entire market. I don't know what you mean by that. I wouldn't say the lunatics like wallstreetbets crash the entire market. They actually move it in different areas. God damn it, Daisy. Yeah, she needs to stop. But yeah, I wouldn't say lunatics like Wall Street Bets crash the market. I think they change the market. They add a new dynamic to the market. Things like the Jesus, I'm blanking, hedge funds, they end up crashing the market. They're looking to bankrupt businesses, valid businesses. So as far as SNDL, I feel like it is falling back on trend. It is decreasing at this moment, but it is back on trend. I'm not seeing a huge amount of pops unless people get back into the cannabis market, which you're not really seeing anywhere. Tilray was up to 77 at one point, dropped down. You know, you have a number of positions that are actually following the trend line, the original trend line. We have 2,000, basically 500 people in here. If you could hit that like button and get it to 1,500, that would be amazing. It takes 2 seconds. Literally, you just, you know, maybe you have to exit the chat for a second, hit the like button, and then bring the chat back up. Get it to 1,500, guys and gals. What is Daisy's favorite stock? I don't know. Probably something to do with cat food. Could I please explain the bankruptcy part? So basically, with things like, look at Toys R Us as an example. So hedge funds will know that a business basically has a lot of debt. They're on the brink of bankruptcy, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to short their stock and continue to short as much as possible in order to drive that business to bankruptcy, to take everything away from them. Because if they do, then what's going to happen is the hedge funds are not going to have to buy back the position. It goes to zero. So they end up making so much money off of the deal by bankrupting them. And that's where it ends up being absolutely crazy. But on the opposite side with AMC and GME, you can see that they did want to push them to bankruptcy. And they do that with multiple businesses out there. It's not just them. And we decided to go against that, push that stock up. And now you're looking at them losing billions of dollars, and this business could be saved. These two businesses that, you know, GME at one point was $1 billion business, right? The $1 billion industry, well, obviously billions of dollars. But you're looking at these two companies and you're saying, why would they be going bankrupt? Nobody's going to theaters. You could get bankrupt because of that, because of the pandemic. GameStop, nobody really plays games, physical games anymore. So they're looking to bankrupt them, but we're going against that, and now these businesses are thriving. Well, not thriving, but they're saved, basically. They're not on that brink of bankruptcy. And if we get to the summertime to where theaters do open, and hopefully that's the case, theaters do open, then you're going to see a lot more positivity in this price. And it's at the $10 to $15 range. That's where I believe the price is. Pre-pandemic, it was $7. And even more than that, it was dropping consistently, but you know, you did have them at $7 as the last price before the pandemic actually happened. So yeah, that's where I'm sitting with bankruptcy. I feel like they're just always looking to destroy a business, and us people are looking to save it. And if we would have done this with other businesses that went bankrupt, I mean, I feel like we would have been able to save them as well. Even though, I mean, Toys R Us is, you know, obviously back in business now. I believe they're in New Jersey, but I don't know how they're doing at this point because of the pandemic. But they just opened up, you know, pre-pandemic. So, Matt, I still listen to you even though you have paper hands. I don't have paper hands. I just have a strategy and I stick to it. And if I don't stick to it, I punish myself pretty well. Are you a white black man or a black white man? I don't know. I'm 50-50. So all I know is that I can tell you that if I had to be real with you guys, a lot of people say, hey, you don't need college. You don't need to spend the extra money after high school. You don't need schooling at all. And I would have to disagree with people, because I can tell you that before college, I did not know about all this stuff. I didn't even want to know about business. And if I did venture into anything, I probably wouldn't know as much as I know now, and I wouldn't be as successful as I am now, even though I use my college degree at my 9 to 5, but everywhere else I would not really use it. The main thing that I learned at college is obviously networking, changing the way that I speak, also being more respectful over people. There's a lot of different things that college actually does for you outside of just getting the education. So when people say, oh, I spent $70,000 and got nothing out of my education, I would guarantee that they probably gained a lot more than they thought they did. Even though they may have had a communications degree and they didn't get much from it, communications you can actually do a lot. I don't know why I gave that example, but they had some sort of degree that they didn't gain anything from. You can gain a lot from college, just networking and realizing or being around those certain groups of people. So I don't know if I'm a white black man or a black white man, but I am black and white, and I take pride in both sides of, I don't even know what type of white I really am. I could be German. My mom was a foster child, so it was a very difficult situation. I don't really know all of her side of her family, which she's just starting to know. So that's where it's interesting. But yeah, again, don't know if I'm a white black man or a black white man, but I'm both. Let's go with that. I guess it's a good question though. Had me open up. What degree? What are your degrees in? So I had an associate's degree in business administration from Thaddeus Stevens. I also dual majored in business with a concentration in finance and accounting degree. And just recently I got my MBA from Westchester University. I'm a legend. Thank you for saying that. You were brown, which everybody will be in the year 3000, I guess. I mean, that's not false, I guess. You're saying you're a double stuffed Oreo? Don't worry, I can relate. Yeah, I guess. We're almost at 1,500 likes. Please hit that like button. We're getting to the point to where it's almost that 30-minute mark before the market opens. The thing that we would like to see is obviously a large jump. I wanted to see that jump in the pre-market. Now, what was great? Let's scroll in. We did see a little bit of a jump here. So at 4 o'clock, we seen it jump up to basically that $12 mark. It did reject it and didn't get back up there, and now it's hovering at $10.43. So Fintel says short shares available is 6,000. That's a good thing. If they only have 6,000 short shares available, then that means that this bubble is definitely going to pop soon. It means that they're still holding on, even though they're saying that the hedge funds are giving up, and you see the positivity here. There's a lot that will push this price up, because Matt is human. I am human. Does your black half come out when somebody tests you? I don't know what that means, but I guess I don't really get upset often anymore. I used to get upset in school, obviously, because I had a lot more to deal with, even though I work a lot, but I like doing all of this stuff that I do. So it's not anything that I really get upset about. But I wouldn't say that my black half comes out. I would say I do get angry. Everybody does. I get angry, you get angry. But usually when I get angry, sometimes I just brush it off, because it's not worth it sometimes. Are you saying, like, you're saying earnings? What are my earnings? AMC earnings report is expected to be good. Well, I would hope so. Do you use the N-word? Not much. Actually, not at all anymore. Because obviously I'm in, a lot of professional conversations on YouTube. I don't want to have to do that. I also don't want to be demonetized, so I don't curse much anymore. But yeah, I mean, obviously this is where I'm getting a little bit weirded out, because I was reading some things about cursing, right? And they say that children end up wanting to curse a little bit more if they're not introduced to the word, but introduced to know that it's a bad thing. So I was talking to my wife about this. She says no, but they say that you should introduce the words to your children, but then show them that it's not a part of the normal language, because a lot of things that kids will learn are from their parents. So they'll use that language as they go out in the world if they see you talk that way. But the earlier they know that those words are bad, that you shouldn't use those, and you see your parents as an example, they will not use them. And I've read a lot on this saying that you should introduce these words to them, because if they get introduced from other kids and see that they use it as more of a form of normalcy, then it's going to be a bad situation and they're going to start cursing a lot more. And then eventually they're going to end up using it. So how do you guys feel about that? I know we're getting off stocks, but how do you guys feel about that? I don't know why I just hit the add button. I'm sorry. And word is in Neo. Dustin says, no such thing as bad words. Kids shouldn't be taught language as good or bad. Well, there has to be words that you shouldn't use. Sorry. Do you wash your paper hands? No, because then they'll just fall off. It's paper, apparently. Who cares about this dude's race? I mean, some people do, apparently. There's a better way to start at home for education, so you can guide their understanding. That's what I was thinking. I was reading into it, and that's exactly where they were coming from, was that if they understand exactly where it falls in the language, then especially from you, it ends up being a better situation. And they don't use it as much. They may end up using and understanding that if they get frustrated, they may use it as they get older, but it's not going to be something that's in their normal language. Thank you for the super chat, Aviation Mayhem. I appreciate that. Oh, we're moving a lot. I can't slow down this chat. Which is why they refer to it as bad words. A lot of times people use curse words negatively, which is why they're referred to as bad words. I don't know in any situation where you can use it positively. Didn't address the haters, bro. They're here for the clout. I don't know what that means, but make sure you check the one of the videos out that I posted today. I believe both of them are up. I talked about AMC and GME and the growth, a little bit of thoughts and stuff, but I mean, you really can't predict where they're going to go. I just want, to put something out there, especially on the 275% growth of GME yesterday, as it got to its point of closing the after hours market. It was 275%. Crazy, right? What do I think about cost as a top gainer? What is cost doing? Didn't I have cost on here? I guess I don't. Cost is making moves. So it did the same thing. I guess it was following what AMC and GME were doing, mainly, I guess, what GME, seeing the 51% increase, 80% increase over the, wow, that looks really interesting here. Now you are seeing a lot of sell orders come in, but still, it flattens out up here. Hopefully we're probably going to see a little bit of a decrease right from the start, right when it opens, because that's just how it goes when it increases that much. But you may see it continue to increase here. But yeah, I definitely see it as a top gainer. It's interesting to me. I don't know why it's not on my watch list. I'm pretty sure I had it on here. Maybe I took it off. Where did it go? Where'd it go? I just had it on there. Didn't I just add it on there? I might have added it to the wrong. I guess I did add it to the wrong one. But there's popular right now. Let's go to popular. We have 2,400 people in here. We have 1,500 likes. Thank you so much, everybody that hit the like button. You guys are amazing. If you can, continue to hit that like button. We had some great conversations this morning. Started at 7. We had some great conversations this morning. And my thoughts on CCIV is that I need to see what it's going to do today. If I had to look at it, it's up 2% right now. But my overall thought yesterday was to get in at that $30 mark. And if I did get in at $30, $33, I wouldn't have seen any type of return. I would have seen a loss with how far it went downhill. Maybe I would have received a small gain, but it wasn't enough. So I need to see exactly what they're going to do here. I need to see some volatility if I'm going to invest short term. Long term, I really don't know. You know, it's all downhill from here. It looked like a straight pump, but if you look at it, it wasn't a pump and dump. It was a slow grower, and then all of a sudden just sold off. You know, that's where it's a little bit weird, to where I think it may increase again and may catch traction, but it's crazy low now. It's at 20. It closed at $28. AMC to 420. I don't know about that. If AMC hits 100, then Santa Claus is real. If I wouldn't say that. It has a chance to hit 100, but Santa Claus isn't real. Hopefully no kids are watching. Are any kids watching? I'm sorry. Santa Claus is definitely real. Actually, I hope Harper can't hear me. Oh, they might be gone. I think they left. Trade on Revolt. Sorry. I trade on Revolt, but cannot day trade. Should I still buy AMC? Afraid it will tank. This is where right now, where we're buying AMC, everybody will preach buy AMC, but I want you to realize what the risk is. Definitely, if it takes a dive down in the beginning of the market when it opens, then yeah, there's a buy opportunity there, because I still do believe it's going to push up to $20. So you have easily push up to $20. So you have that thought in the back of your mind. I just want you to understand the risk of investing at this point. There are some people that have a cost basis of $12 and they're sitting comfortably on it, knowing that it's going to gain up to $15, $20 or so. So even at $10, it still would be pretty good. I just want people to get in below that $10 mark. If you can get into where I am, then basically you can make some moves there, make some positive moves there. But it can look like a buy. Just understand the risk. Please understand the risk. You can't day trade. Why can't you day trade on Revolt? It doesn't allow you to? Do you have any other platform that you can trade on? If you're interested in day trading. I mean, I love it. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. Are you selling at 20? I'm going to look at 20 and see what it's actually doing. If I see a lot of volume, then no. I'm going to put my stop loss at a certain rate so that it doesn't go too low. And then what I will do is watch that continue to go up, because it may still... Santa Claus is real. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead. It's going to be the first person that I had to take off of here. Sorry. So yeah, I'm my own moderator. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. I don't know where I was going with this. Anyways, let's just bypass that. Where did where did the sell wall go at 1050? So if the sell wall was at 1050, then they must have filled those orders. And the thing is that if it's not big enough, it won't make an impact. You'll just see it deplete. You'll just see it decrease. But yeah, you'll see all these sell walls, and as they start to get close to them, you'll see them decrease a little bit, that they'll get filled at that order. That's where it went. What do you think about GME? What do I think GME will hit today? It's very tough to say. I need to see what they do when they open. If they have the same volume, they can definitely increase to 250. With the same volume that they had, they can increase to 300 with the volume that they had. Pushing, what was it, 77 million or something like that? Or 80 million shares? It's crazy. It can push quite a bit, but I don't really have a true prediction on what it's going to do today. Because the whole thing was just unpredictable what happened yesterday. Absolutely unpredictable. It moved so much in such a short period of time to where it was like 2 hours, and it moved literally 275%. It moved a lot more than that getting up to 200, but where it finished, it moved up 275%. Why does AMC always squeeze bigger than GME, even though AMC has more volume yesterday? Well, all right, so we look at this, and I wonder the same thing is why it doesn't actually move. It looks like they're still actively shorting while they're trying to cover some earlier shorts, I guess. So what they're looking at is by adding those shorts on, you're still bringing that price down, but by covering previous shorts, you're bringing that price up. So with the volume that people are buying into, with them covering their shorts and with them shorting, that's the reason why. I think you're seeing less people short GME because you're just having less people think that it's going to go down. So, or less hedge funds thinking that it's going to go down, which means that they're covering more without shorting more. AMC, they're continuing to short as they cover other shorts. So that's where I'm looking at it as, and that's why the price will continue to go up. It'll go up slowly rather than as fast as GME is. But eventually that bubble is going to pop, but they're waiting for us to kind of give up here. How do I get that screen? Do you have Webull? If you have Webull, basically you can move things around. So what I typically do is I add the quote section. You can add the quote section, which you would just bring up top. So it's kind of difficult to set up, but basically what you do is you grab the quotes after you do select the widget, and then you just bring it up top and you just let it go, and it'll bring this up here. You can add these two sections over here. Sometimes I like to add more sections. And then you can also add the chart here. If you add this piece up here, the quote section up here, sometimes it takes the chart away. So then you just bring the chart back and you'll basically have everything set up. For the order book, you do have to pay for the order book. So that's extra on top of it. But all you have to do is add the order book level 2 and pay for it and you'll be fine. But the thing that you do get is within like certain sections, you'll be able to spin a wheel. You have 4 free stocks. That's horrible. I mean, it's good, but not to the level that it was. You'll be able to spin the wheel and get like a free 12-month or free 1-month trial of level 2. What would be a good condition to re-enter AMC, bro? I think anything below $10 is definitely good. I'm sitting at $9.38. This is not a bad time to get in. Yes, you would be considered chasing it because it went from $7 to $10, but it's not as big it's not as big of a gain as GME was, and we haven't seen that yet. So GME has gained 100%. At this point, GME would be something to where you look at it as chasing it. You need that to come down to probably close to 100 or lower than that in order to gain something out of it. But you're not seeing that yet. You're seeing it increase to 150, 160, right? For AMC, we only had an 18% gain, and I'm saying only, even though that is a lot. We only had an 18% gain and a 16% gain over the after hours market, which total I believe was like 53%. That's not the largest it could possibly go, right? So you look at it from a perspective of what I'm looking at it as, and I'm seeing it as, I believe it's valuable at $9.38. Where it's sitting at is $10.58. So that's literally like $1 more. So if it can decrease a little bit and get it under $10, then yes, even at $10, it's still good. But remember, you need to understand the risk here. There is risk in investing in this because it looks like they're still shorting positions, which still may drive the price down. And we still may have to wait. And we might end up waiting a couple of months. I would hope that we see a huge squeeze. But if they continue to short positions and have 4,000 short shares available, then it's not going to be something that fully squeezes until they start covering all of their shorts. And they're going to keep partnering these with more shorts and more shorts. I think that's what they're going to do. We're headed to $10.80. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Ghost. You said, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks so much for that info. I appreciate you asking the question. I mean, one, I appreciate the super chats, and two, I just appreciate the questions because I really do want to let people know that they need to understand the risk in any instance, especially with things like this to where it looks like you're chasing it. Like I said, GME is not a lost cause, but we need that to come back in order for you to invest at a certain point. AMC still has a lot of potential to continue to grow, and it's not even close to where it should be. So we are basically 26 minutes away. If you could hit that like button, I would love to get it to 2,000 likes. So just like we played yesterday, we only have 4 stocks to go off of. How many ADT shares am I going to get? Now we have 2,000 people in here, so it's going to be very tough for me to get back to all of the comments. Made 10K on AMC scalping. Want more, bro? That's amazing. That's amazing. It's great to be able to make money like that. Do you live? Do you live of trading? I don't know what that means. Game on, baby. Yes, Doug. Yes, game on. Get it to 2,000 likes. We have 2,700 people in here. It should be at 2,000. So there's going to be 4. We have only 4 shares available. How many shares of ADT am I going to get? Only 4 shares. So 2, 1. So it seems like everybody said all the numbers. So there's 2, 1, or 3, or 4. So we have all the numbers here. I have all the people right there. Let's go ahead and look at this. Remember, we have all the numbers since we only have 4. We have all those numbers. Make sure it gets to 2,000 likes if you could. Let's see how many we get. It sucks that we only had 4 numbers, so it's literally like very quick. All we need to see is that somebody guesses 4, 3, 2, 1. If somebody guesses all those numbers, then we're sitting there. Somebody guessed 16 right from the start. I don't understand that. So let's see. ADT, we got 1, 2. We got 3. So Eric Vargas. That's how you say it. Vargas. Sometimes I can't read names. I'm horrible with names, but Eric Vargas, if you can reach out to me on Instagram literally like right this second, prove that the account is yours. Just do like a screenshot of your account with the email address to know that it is you. And then I'll send you a $10 gift card. Thank you for playing, everybody. Thank you for playing. I know this was a short one, but if you want to, add the free stocks, make sure you go down. You want to get free stocks for yourself, go down to the description, click the link, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. I decided to play that game because it's nothing but fun. So yeah, reach out to me on Instagram, Eric Vargas. Why am I on? We have about 23 minutes. 23 minutes until the market opens. We could see some some positivity here. So yeah, I have a lot of free stocks here that are looking to clear. But Eric Vargas is the winner. I'm on GME at $72.99, 25 shares. I'm up 111% on my position right now. 200. Right now at 200. I'm gonna sit with my finger on the trigger if it starts to drop significantly. Yeah, that's just pretty much where everybody stands. I mean, that's amazing that you're at 72 because one, I was at 76 and I decided to sell at 40, 44, 46. I don't remember what it was. But you know, you having 25 shares, that's still a significant increase. You could still gain a pretty decent amount of money. That's amazing to hear. So Eric Vargas, if you could reach out to me on Vargas, if you could reach out to me on Instagram and let me know it's you, just screenshot your account. Oh my God, Sens, look. What's happening with Sens? What's happening with Sens? It's up 15% yesterday. It's down 4% now. Is it constantly decreasing? Let's look at the minute chart. What's happening with Sens? It doesn't. I mean, it is decreasing, but it doesn't look like it's a crazy drop off. Looks like something that just happens towards the end of the pre-market. Perry, you got paper hands? Question mark. I don't. I mean, I think that's a funny saying, but I don't. We have 1,000 or 2,500 people in here. If you could hit that like button and get it above 2,000 likes, that would be phenomenal. Give me a second, guys. Oh, that didn't work. I believe I selected the right audio. You know what? I need to set up my other. I have two. I forget what type of mics they're called. I have two different types of mics that are probably a little bit better. Matt Kors collaboration would be good to watch. I watched him a couple of times. He's got some good information. Is Webull free to use? Yeah, Webull is free to use. You don't have to pay any commissions on buying and selling, just like Robinhood and pretty much everything else. Also, the only thing that's not free is if you wanted to use the order book over here, this area, you have to pay money for that unless you get unless you spin the wheel. So basically, let me go over here and show you what you guys could do. So basically, you can actually spin this wheel and get free, like a free 12-month subscription to level 2 and a free 1-month subscription. So if you wanted that, you get like 21 chances in order to do so. I already have like 24 months free. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. But either way, it's a free platform and you just go on the website, you can download it and you can use it just to look at it if you wanted to. Sends will explode today. Well, I hope so. I'll look at it, but maybe I might take some positions in there. I got $700 worth of margin to use over here. Is it still a good idea to add AMC shares at $10.50 or $11? My cost basis is $9.21. The problem is that you don't want to raise it too much. So if you can find that decrease to below $10, and if you're going to raise your cost average, instead of averaging down, you're averaging up. If you want to raise it, make sure you do it at the least amount you could possibly do. So yeah, you buy a bunch of shares, but try and get it below that $10 mark. Keep it below $10 because that's a great cost basis. But if you want to get in with more shares, I still think that the best way to do that is to, stay below your cost average, but also being very close to it. So if it is above, right, very close. So yeah, I think it's still a good idea. But then again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I think it's a great idea to do so because with the potential that it could increase to, just understand what the risk actually is. The last GME boom started with a pre-market around 150-ish, I believe, and we are still sitting at that point now. Do you think it what? Basically, do I think it will hit 400? I think there's a potential chance, yes. Looking at that, there's a huge chance with the amount of growth that we've seen in 2 hours. Yes, there's definitely a chance. But obviously, they still will try and slow that down as we start to increase the price. And also, people will slow it down. With how many people, seen this price at that low point and they were sitting there for quite a long time, they're basically saying, you know what, I can take my profits at these higher points. So it's going to be a lot trickier to where people aren't just holding on the way up. It's more or less they're holding and selling. So I think it's going to be a trickier, a more difficult way to get up to 400, but it's definitely possible. I think that 300 is definitely in the cards. 200 is right there, and it's pretty much going there now. You see it increasing towards the end of the pre-market. Look at this, about to hit 170. But yeah. Please give your best in-depth, non-financial advice into GTE. The problem is that I feel like I shortchange anybody that does want to look at things. So this is a penny stock. I would greatly appreciate. I trust your judgment and want to know what you think. So let's look at this from a 10,000 foot view. So because I like to look at a lot of the information here, and I feel like I'm shortchanging it without going into all of the information. Looking at from a 10,000 foot view, you can see that it does have that increase. I want to add the 15 moving average here. You're going to see that a while ago it crossed over from the 15 moving average to the 200 EMA. So seeing that indicates that it's going to have that increase. It's just a very delayed increase here. Now you've seen a large spike with a larger sell-off right away, literally within the next hour, I guess, which is not really a good sign, meaning it does not have strength at that point, which you start to see where the strength actually is. It's right around this level. You see the actual growth going up, ascending levels of support. You have a bunch of touch points here to where it will probably follow this trend, and that's what it's looking like. It's following that trend, which you did have a huge spike over a number of days. For some reason, I don't know what the news actually is, but you can see that it is not looking to hold that price. The good thing is that you did see it hold this price and hold it well to where it did deny it previously. So as it starts to go up, you can see that we're hoping that it could possibly get to this point again, right? But obviously it will deny at that point because of history. History does dictate what the future will bring. So you see that it did decrease. The good thing is we are seeing a huge separation from the 200 EMA to the 15 moving average and the stock price as well. But you're seeing all of this downward trend, the negativity. Now, I'm looking for the day. What day did we have a negative day? It was like recently, right? Not yesterday. It might have been the day before. We've seen a huge gap down in the pre-market. That's not good. But the good thing is literally in the same, or in the after hours market, but in the same like pre-market, in the same after hours market, you're going to see that it did push up quite a bit on that 2 hour candlestick. Leveled out around this point, showing that it does have strength, which it is showing the increase over this last after hours market into today. Let's see. Now let's look at what's happening actually today in the last couple of days. So seeing this increase is kind of eye-opening, right? Because the increase happened after a large decrease, and seeing it gap down is not a great sign. I can't tell you exactly what will happen long term with this, but I know it does have a great short-term growth strategy to it. You can basically say that I can get a day trade out of this. I'm looking at the buy and sell orders that are coming in. They're pretty much equal. You see a lot more buy orders coming in. 80,000 buy orders coming in at $93. So potentially you may see that push up to $1 or so, but I don't see this having a crazy amount of potential. Look at all the volatility there. It does not have strength really anywhere. The overall look of it obviously is still staying above the 200 EMA, but it does not have a crazy amount of strength. If you're looking for long-term growth, if you're looking for a short-term trade, you can definitely see some movement here, and you can gain something out of it based on what the candlesticks are doing. But I would say if I had to look at it from a 10,000 foot view, whatever gains it did have, right now it's sitting at a pretty high point, and I wouldn't say that it's still at an investable point. I still would like to see it decrease a little bit, in my opinion. And then again, I don't like penny stocks. They just don't sit well with me. You see a lot of the volatility here. So I want to really go in depth, but then again, I feel like I'm shortchanging you without any news as to why this increase happened, because it's not a rapid increase over one day. It's a rapid increase over multiple days, meaning that there's reason behind it. So, which you will not see in the current news, because the current news will not tell you that much. As you start to get back. So yeah, hopefully that does help a little bit. But again, I don't like putting too much into penny stocks, because like I said, you see the volatility and you see how quick it moves from $1.29 to $1, which is a huge decrease. But thank you for the super chat. Hopefully that does help a little bit. AMC target price, guys. Like I said, I've been telling people my target price is $20. I would love to see it continue to grow after that. I'm not going to completely sell at $20. It's going to be something that I put a stop loss at $20. And by June, I don't think it's by June. I think we might hit AMC. We might hit 25 well before June, depending what they do for manipulation. If they manipulate it and they keep doing that, then yeah, you may be right. We might not see it continue to jump up. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm definitely talking about AMC. I wanted to talk about something because seeing a super chat, you obviously have to address it. They put money into it. We have 2,757 people in here, probably more than that. If you could you hit that like button? Get it above 2,000 likes. We are almost at the open. We are 10 minutes away from the open. AMC is close to that $11 mark, which is where we obviously want to be. It's starting to increase at 10.90. You see GME is close to that 170 mark. It grew 100% yesterday. Well, technically from the open point to basically the close point, we gained a significant amount. And then from the open point to the end of the after hours market or end of the post market was 270%, 271%. I'll hit the like button for another Amazon card. No, you can hit the like button, but no more Amazon cards. Actually, is that person hit? Yep. 14 ADT. No, we had 3 ADTs. So as for AMC, what are we hoping for today when it opens? Obviously getting to 11, you can see the increase here. We are increasing towards the later end of the pre-market. We're above 11. Up now it started to drop down. But what are we hoping for here? Obviously, the same volume. If we can get the same volume, it'll be amazing. Let me address this super chat first, since it is a $2 one. Thank you for the super chat, Dale. I appreciate that. Is it a good idea to buy AMC or GME on margin? Depends how much. And it depends what you're looking to do with it. The only thing that I would say, a lot of people that did have, I believe it on margin, they got sold out of their positions, I believe, for like Fidelity and other platforms. So if we end up having that again, then you get your position sold too early, and it's not a good thing. So I would say no, but if you're looking for a short-term gain here, basically moving from $9 to $12 or something, then yeah, it's okay. But if we see rapid growth, rapid movement to where they can't hold up, then no, it's probably not the best thing. So AMC has their earnings call today, if I'm not mistaken. Where can we get access to it? And what would be the information from it that drives the value up? Obviously, if their earnings, if they beat earnings, then yes, that would drive the price up. But I have no idea where you can get the earnings call from. I have not joined one single earnings call from any stock or position. Like I said, I usually don't trade on news or trade on all that stuff, because sometimes, yes, most times the price is affected in a positive way if the earnings go as planned, right? Or better than as planned. But sometimes you still see that negative movement. So I usually don't trade on news or earnings. Most times I'll mainly just trade on what the technical analysis is, and it's trading. It's not really something that I'm investing in. There's a difference between investing and trading. If it's something I'm investing in, then yes, you want to factor in earnings, you want to factor in all of those different things, long-term news, but that's not something that I look at. If somebody else can help Professor Xavier out, not from X-Men. Are you a fan of X-Men? I'm a huge Marvel fan, by the way. I've been watching all of the WandaVisions late at night in order to get the story, because I need to finish that story. Gonna do the same thing today. They're not gonna beat earnings. Well, of course, because they've been shut down for a while. I know they open up some theaters. Can I pretend to have a heart attack and fall off the chair? No. If I do that, the mic will pull off my shirt, and I don't feel like doing that. I'm not going to do that. We are above $11 for AMC at this moment. We're at $11.05. Remember, just look at the sell orders. So we have a lot of sell orders that are coming in at $11.07. A lot of sell orders coming in at $11.09. Look at all the sell orders that are coming in. Like I said, it is going to find a way to decrease. If it continues to push up, you are going to see it drop down a little bit. Now, it could be a possibility to where you see it continue to increase, and that doesn't really factor into the amount of market orders that are coming in. So you could still see it like skyrocket. And if you do, then I wouldn't continue to chase it. If you were looking to buy in at that $10, below $10 mark, I could actually just tell you to wait it out, because you may see some sort of volatility here to where it decreases back to where it was. But if it does increase a significant amount, it might not get back to $10. We have 4 minutes basically here. We have 2,700 people with 2,021 likes. They should be even, I think. Let me just check my email. $11.50. I mean, we could get to $11.50. We still need to break that $12 mark. If we break that $12 mark, then things just start to go through the roof. You look at GME, they're up 90%. up to $174. Ooh. You should let me be your moderator. I'll do it for free. Some of these people coming out of the woodwork the last few days. I'll still think about moderators. Right now, I'm not thinking about doing that at the moment. I know there are people, I like to hear everybody's thoughts, but then there are people that obviously say things that are just rude and weird and all that other stuff that sometimes I just don't see. And a lot of times that holds some people back. This is why I see, I guess, Meet Kevin do only like a members only thing. Yeah, he does a members only like live streams, basically all of them. Oh, it's starting to drop down. But yeah, sell off orders for GME. Let's see. So we have a lot of sell off orders at $174. So right above, it looks like they're pretty equal. You see a lot of buyers and sellers. You can see that this is pretty equal. It's not something that's dropping down. So that's looking pretty good. What's a good price to buy in right now for AMC or GME? For AMC, I would like to see it drop down to 10. Well, I wouldn't like to see it, but if it drops down to below $10, that would be an amazing time to get in. If it skyrockets and goes up to $12, you're probably, out of it at this point. Can I explain what the movement is after hours and pre-market and where it comes from? So people have the ability to trade after hours and pre-market. The problem is that it's not as liquid after hours in the after hours market, and you have to put in limit orders. You have to put in limit orders in order to get your orders filled. It's not anything built by the market. So when you're doing that, it's something that comes in with less volume. Less people are doing it because obviously more people want to trade during the open hours. But that's basically where that's coming from. It's coming from regular people. It's coming from institutions that have the ability to trade after hours. And that's where you're seeing it. It's just less volume. What is SNDL doing? We're about to open, so let me talk about SNDL real quick. SNDL is actually up 6% today. Not up a crazy amount, but it is following trend, just like I said in the past. I knew that it would follow this trend here. I built a trend line basically from this moment all the way up to like, I believe it was touch points right here. And now it's starting to follow the trend line that I built previously. So we're gonna still continue to see this grow slow unless, obviously, it opened at $10 and what did it open at? $10.87. So we're going to continue to see SNL slowly grow rather than fast growth. Market open. Let's see what's happening. So yeah, you can see that it is dropping down. If you can get in below $10, I think that will probably be a good place to get in. But let's go to what the day is looking like. We can see 1 minute chart. It's really decreasing here, which is what you would see a sell-off. People get interested in the fact that they're holding at $10 or $11 and they can really sell off, while partnering it up with still being able to short shares. The amount of shares that are held over there, don't just get scared and sell off because this is selling off. You can see that a lot of people are interested to buy in, getting in at that $10 mark, $10.36. You can see the buy orders are coming in low. You see a lot of sell orders coming in. 1050 is where you have a wall of 77,000 orders. So you're going to see that wall there. And once it gets up to there, it's going to be hard to surpass that. GME is sitting at $160. It's doing the same thing that AMC is doing. Went down with that one, drop, and now it's starting to push up. Again, it's still up 15% from where it closed. Rip my wallet. Paper hands not allowed. We have 3,000 people in here. Please hit that like button while things are happening in the first 30 minutes. We have AMC that's actually moving back up, getting back up to $11. Hopefully some people were able to get in close to $10. I would have loved to get more in at a lower rate, but obviously I couldn't. So it's starting to really push up, get back up to that $11 mark. Let's see if we can continue to push this. You see the buy orders? Look at this. Low buy orders, a lot of sell orders, but the price is still skyrocketing, right? That's crazy. ACDC, it's ACDC? Is that a band? That's a band, isn't it? Sorry if I'm going off of this. Come on, another penny stock. I mean, it's moving up, but it's not something that I really want to focus on here. You have GME that's at 150. That's good for some people that actually want to buy in, but there's a lot of people that are getting into this or selling off after being at $40, starting at $40. Don't hold AMC, heading to 12. What? Don't hold AMC, it's heading to 12. Don't sell, people. Well, the thing is, you're going to have people that sell. People that see this profit and they're going to take it, but they're not going to realize the long-term solution to that. You're also going to see a number of hedge funds still short the position in order to drive it down, because the higher the price goes and they cover at those prices, the more that, oh, we're really dropping here. Below $10 here, below $10 at this moment. Let's see how low it can actually go here. So GME is actually suspended because it dropped lower. It went to 137. What app is he using? I'm using Webull. If you go down the link in the description, click the link, sign up, deposit $100, you can get free stocks. That's the app that I'm using. GME is halted. It dropped too much. AMC dropped below $10, which could potentially be at some people what their cost basis is. Now it's starting to push above $10 here. People are buying into it. Again, you're going to see a lot of fluctuation through the day, and you may see an increase as we start to go on. But the first 30 minutes is always a little ridiculous, to where you can actually get in and gain a profit, to where the 200 EMA is, or where the why does the moving average keep going away? The 15 moving average, you can basically get close to that or get halfway up, close to that, and gain some money out of it, right? Don't fold, right? Don't fold. AMC is dumping. Am I still in? Yes, I'm still in. I'm in on Webull. I have 44 shares over here, and I have 1,700 shares on Robinhood. I'm still up. Since purchase, I'm up $1,300. Today's change is $1,700. What is this stupid halting crap? Yeah, well, they have to halt it if it goes too low, or if it increases too much. That's just what they have to do. Oh. YOLO $50 on HCMC. Thoughts? Wait, YOLO'd $50 on HCMC. That's a penny stock, really small penny stock. I think it could be a great gainer for you, but it depends. It really depends when you did get in and who decides to push it at that time. That's the only information that you do have. It looks like AMC is now above $10 again. Hopefully we can continue to hover around that $10 to $11 mark. That's where I thought that it would be. Once you start to get to certain levels, you don't really see it increase that much or decrease that much over one day, right? So something that is $10 will stay within that $10 and $9 range. Something that starts at like $11 will stay within that $10 and $11 range, right? It doesn't move that much downhill in one day. It will move quite a bit uphill in one day, as you've seen from yesterday, just bought more AMC at what price point? Hold, don't sell AMC headed to $12. Yeah, I think that's a great target for today. $12 is definitely a great target. So you're saying all in on AMC? Gotcha. I'm not saying all in on AMC. That's not what I'm saying. It's not my financial advice. I don't have financial advice. This is merely just my opinion. It's pushing the $11 mark at this moment. GME is still suspended. You might see a lot of people willing to buy in at this point. $137, a lot of people might buy in at this point. Some people might still sell, but it's been suspended for quite some time. I think it's halted for like 10 minutes, I believe. We're back in it, baby, at $11. It's starting to decrease a little bit, starting to see that large increase, but I believe that we're going to continue to see it drive up. You have a lot of people that are willing to take their profits, and I understand where they're coming from by taking these profits. I'm up $3,000 on the day, $2,600 year to date, which would bring my overall year to date gain to $600. Dude, what's dude about? Just bought more AMC at $9.95. That's good. What was your cost basis before that? Was it lower than that? I was able to grab another 10 shares when it dipped to $9.80. So you gained a good dollar from it right now. If you were able to grab 10 shares, you gained $10 from it, just easily, just like that. Don't hold, sell. Wait, hold, don't sell AMC headed to $12. What are your thoughts on having 2 brokerage accounts? My thoughts are you should have 2 at minimum. I have 5 or 6 just in case. You know, I have things. I still have Robinhood. I still have money in there. I still hold shares over there. I think I hold AMC at like $12 over there, but it's like 1 share or something. Yeah, it's starting to go up now. Yeah, it's starting to go up now. You see that increase. So from 137 up to 147, you're going to see a lot of people that are willing to buy at this point. You're still seeing a lot of sell orders come through, but whatever the reversal of manipulation that was happening, yesterday was crazy because you've seen a lot of sell orders come through, but the price was skyrocketing. We have 3,347 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be absolutely amazing. Get as many likes as you possibly could on this video. 3,000 likes would be great. GME is back. It's definitely moving up. It's at 150. Where did it open at? 169. So we're definitely moving up. AMC's at $10.80. I'm focusing on there just because we do have some great movement here. You could see costs also. Let's bring costs into the equation. Tesla is down as well from where it was, but it did increase over the day. So that's always a good thing. Cost is pretty much ridiculous right now. You see these large candlesticks, which means it's really fighting, but it's up 76%. That's definitely a good move. GME's at 148. AMC's at 1050 at the moment. Already liked. Thank you for liking. I appreciate that. I just have to say it. My Weeble screen doesn't look like yours. Why? You can adjust it any way that you want. So when you hit these 3 lines up here, you can actually go to add widgets, and you can add whatever widget you want. So a lot of times I'll go to like this add widget, and if I wanted to add quotes up here, I would go to quote, select the quote here, add it here, and then I would just drag it up. You know, you drag it up and you add it to different areas. You can delete different areas, you can add things to different areas, and then you can go from there. So you can make it look like mine by just adding certain pieces there. Express is suspended. What was Express doing? Yeah, moved quite a bit, 21%. I'll add it to my list just to keep an eye on it because I like to stay on this list to stay on AMC and GME. AMC is pretty much going back and forth. You can definitely gain some sort of profits by day trading this if you wanted to, pulling way away from the 15 moving average here. Should I jump in GME right now? It's tough to say. I mean, it's at a low point, but you don't know how low it's actually going to get. I know that it does have the potential to continue to push up, and towards the end of the day, you might end up seeing that. Or actually towards the later half of this 30 minutes, you might end up seeing that. But definitely wait it out. It is a higher price point. There's a lot of risk involved in GME because it moves so much. You know, it's something that moved from $50 or $40 to $200 in the matter of 2 hours. I love your streams. Just showing some small support for you, my man. Let's hope for a big green day today. Thank you, Anthony Buck. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for the love. Thank you for showing your support. Thank you for the super chat. That's all I want to do is just, you know, help people through these times, these good times. Actually, we're hoping for a huge green day. Right now, we're still sitting at 11%, but from where it opened, we're down from where it opened. I always like to look at what percentage we are down from where it opened or where we're up from where it opened. It is below $10 at this moment. It looks like it may be following. It looks like GME is suspended again, going down. Remember, you're going to see them try and drive the price down and drive people out of their positions because they understand exactly what they need to do. They're not giving up. The hedge funds are not giving up. They're willing to take little bit of losses and understand that covering some of these brings the price up, but also drives people out of their positions because they get excited about that price going up and thinking that it's not going to hit there again. So I want to stay thinking about what AMC could do, but it looks like GME is definitely taking a little bit of a hit in the morning. Just make sure you understand where the potential loss could be and understand where your entry point will be. That's what I want you to understand. Where your profit target will be, where your entry point will be. The fact that it is still hovering around that $10 mark, still above $9 and close to $10, that's amazing. Invested $270 in GME. At this moment, where the dip is right now, it definitely looks like a good point. We're going to see a little bit of an increase here. We might see it jump after the suspension stops, but obviously this takes away from the first 30-minute hype. You know, when you do have the hype. The volume for AMC, literally in the first like 15 minutes, we have 108 million shares worth of volume. Come on now. This is absolutely crazy. That means that with all the positivity, we're seeing a ton of volume, but we're still seeing them manipulate it by trying to short these positions. What is this site called that you use? This is Webull. This is the Webull platform. If you go to the Webull website, let me go to the Webull website. If you go down to the link in the description, it's going to take you to my link to where you can sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks. But if you go to the Webull website, let's make sure I'm not logged in here and make sure nothing's showing. If you go to this website here and you go to downloads, you're going to see that you can download this Webull platform. It's the Webull Desktop 4 platform, and you're going to basically be able to do that. You can also change it to the black look, or I guess blue, and hopefully that helps. So GME is still suspended. We have AMC above $10 again. Only 6,000 shares, short shares available. I did hear that. When the suspensions are. If the stock goes down a certain amount, I think it's like, I can't remember what the percentage is. If it goes down a significant amount, it gets suspended. And that's what happened. It went down a crazy amount and it did get suspended. So it stops people from, you know, selling into it, can, you know, refocus their thoughts and probably bring the price back up or down, wherever it is. So if it moves a certain amount down or up, that's when it gets suspended. So these halts always end up ruining things. but 108 million is manipulation like a mofo. Yeah, I mean, the thing is you're going to see a lot of the volume come in here. So you see all this volume come up, and you'll see it increase as the price starts to go up. You'll see that volume that a lot of people are buying in, but you still see the price going down, which means that there's still manipulation in this, because the price should be skyrocketing, but they're partnering it with new squeeze, with new shorts, all of that. I'm fine. I don't need a COVID test. I said sell AMC options. No more trading on GME for the day. No, that's not the case. It's halted for like 10 minutes. It gets halted for, I believe, 10 minutes. And it got halted the first time for 10 minutes. It's going to get halted again for 10 minutes. It's not no more trading for the day. It's just going to be halted for a little bit. No, I had a little bit of a cold. That's why the dry cough is coming on. I have right now, it's towards the end of it, you know, where you're trying to get everything up. And that's what happened. It was just a cold. And I take cough drops, but they don't help because it's towards the end of it where things are starting to come up. And I'm trying not to cough like really big, so I'm doing these little coughs rather than doing one big cough. How do I day trade? Is that what you're asking? Day trading is, it's really dropping here. So it's going down to, if it gets below 100, it depends. It may be a great opportunity, and you might see a lot of these shorts that are actually continuing to short this downhill. You see a lot of people that are selling at 112. Look at the short or the sell volume compared to the buy volume. So the actual volume right now is around 28 million. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me just. All right, I'm back. It was just Erica. So thought maybe it was very important. What program am I using right now? This is the Webull platform. If you go over to Webull, you can actually use my link in the description. Sign up, get free stocks if you deposit $100. So definitely check that out. It looks like GME is suspended again. They're going to suspend it all day. COVID test phone call results. No, it's not. It's my wife. What's going on with GME? Is GME dead? No, don't get scared about what's happening with GME. Both of them are taking a hit based on the shorts. Look at all of this buy volume that's coming in. Look at the 120 million shares that are going through. They're trying to scare you out of your positions. I'm telling you, this is 100% what's happening. They're trying to scare you out of their positions. They have so many shorted shares that are available. If we stay in this with the volume, things are going to be ridiculous here. But the thing is, like, we can't really predict what is going to happen there. And what you could say is, hey, you know what? I was going to sell here and end up getting it at a lower cost basis. My cost basis is $9.38. So I'm sticking by it. I know that the growth is there. I know that the volume is there. It's just going to be the beginning of a red day, or the beginning of, kind of when you go through the beginning, you're going to see it decrease, and it's probably going to end up doing a reverse field. That's what we're going to see. It's going to come back to earth. Right now, we're still in the first 30 minutes, which can be ridiculous levels. So what happened to the volume? It looks like the volume is ridiculous. The volume is at 129 million for the first 30 minutes, which is crazy. That means we can surpass, like right now we're about to surpass the average volume in the first 30 minutes of trading. I'll buy when the price goes lower. That's what I said, is that the price looks like it is going lower. And if we do see some sort of a sell-off, it doesn't mean that it's an indication to continue to sell. It means it may be an indication to get back in it. There's a number of people that are holding right now. So many people that are holding, and there's so much positivity around it. Yes, we're seeing a complete reversal of where it was, right now being at 112, but it does show that there's a lot of opportunity, and I think they're going to keep going back and forth until they scare people out of their positions, because hedge funds are not going to sit there and lose money. They're not. This platform is Webull. If you're interested in this, the link is in the description. You can get free stocks if you sign up and deposit $100. Does it take a while to referral bonus when your friends? No. If they go through everything, it doesn't take long at all. Like if you signed up and deposited $100, whenever the deposit actually clears, it's like a couple of days, and then you'll be good, and you'll get your free stocks, as long as they haven't had the platform before. The volume means that basically where people are buying, the volume is, that's where a lot of people are getting in the position, right? So we're seeing a lot of people buy into this at 24 million or so. I don't even know where they're at. 24 million, which is very close to where the average volume is. But we see a lot of downward spirals here. Yes, you were going to see a sell-off. If it goes from $90 to $200, you're going to see a sell-off. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to the $90 mark to where it started. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's going to be a point to where you see a lot of people maybe take the opportunity and get in. That's a possibility. But $200 is definitely a high price point that showed there was going to be some sort of a sell-off. AMC, I wouldn't be surprised if they get to $9 as well. Yeah, it does take maybe like a week or so before your free stock is available. Well, it takes a while before your free stock is available. So what will happen is you have everything approved, and then you get to your free stock. It will tell you when it will be submitted, or when it will be completed. So I'll show you all of my free stocks. Like this. Let's see. So the ones that are today, you're going to see these ones that are today right here, and you're going to see that it will be cleared on the 17th of March. So either way, you're going to get those free stocks, but it's going to take a while to get there. So literally, it's not even March yet, so it's going to take about 17 days for it to get here, well, a little bit longer than that. But either way, it's free money. So I had some that cleared today. I had a number of shares clear today. I had 25 or 20 shares of ADT clear today. You can see that GME it was close to where the break even was. But there's only 5 minutes left to the stream. Only wanted to stream for a little bit, so there's only 5 minutes left. We have 3,500 people in here. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. I heard that there were contracts expiring Monday, so there's going to be like a squeeze Monday. But I think that this is a pretty decent price point. Like you can see GME going up from that $101 mark. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it got to $90 because that's where it finished at. And that's where people are looking to probably buy in more at if it could get back up to that point. But you could see that GME just increased from $101 to $119. That's a huge day trading opportunity if you wanted to do that. GME to 15. I don't think that's the case. Don't forget that you have an ACH transfer pending, and Webull lets you buy on credit until you deposit until your deposit hits. Okay. Yeah, well, I never like to do that, is trade on credit. I mean, you can do it, but with all of the manipulation that's happening, I would never want to do it. That's how I got into GME on 2-2. So yeah, if you know that it's consistent, you know that it's going to be consistent growth from where you were. Like if people were at $40, obviously they really have nothing to worry about at this point. But being up here, if you were up at the $169 mark, right, or $170 mark or whatever, you could have lost a lot of money in that point by trading. You said GME is a day trading stock. Look at all the volatility here. Look at this. Literally in a short movement here, and it was suspended again. That's a little ridiculous, because that wasn't even a large move. From $101 to $119, why is it suspended? That's a little sketchy. That's a little sketchy. Is that weird to me? Why would it be suspended? But anyways, GME is definitely a move, because you look at this from 101 to 119, that's a $20 gain. You're telling me that that can't be a day trading opportunity? So 147 million shares worth of volume at this moment in AMC. That's over 10 million. That's 10 million over the average. We're going to easily hit 200 million shares today. AMC will be as big as GME. It will be pretty huge. I don't know if it will be as big as GME. Like I said, I have my profit target, and I hope I can hit it. I hope I can hit that, or obviously gain a lot more above that. You never really know at this point. %, I think. I mean, from 101 to 119, that's 20%. But I don't think the halt is at 10%. That's a ridiculous movement. Opportunity is the key word. Yes, opportunity is the key word. Will AMC be as big as GME? I believe it will. It won't be as big as GME. They're going to learn their lesson, but it will be huge, because with the amount of shorted shares that they have out there, or with the amount of shorted shares that they actually have left, it's looking like it could be a huge bubble, that this could skyrocket with the amount of volume. You could see that it increases rapidly here, and the hedge funds have to put kind of a damper on things. They have to stop it, because that's what happens. That's what goes on there. So it's tough to say, but I think it could be possible that it could be as big as GME, but I think it'll be pretty big. So I just released a video on the Perry Experience channel, basically me reacting to Do All OnlyFans Creators Think Alike. If you want to check that video out, that's a great video. It's a level 3 halt, 20%. They're just doing ridiculous things here. I understand the processes they have here, but crazy. The bubble already popped. There's no way. There's still a ton of shorted shares out there, or a ton of there's not a ton of shorted shares out there. There's a ton of held shorted share positions out there. Every time it goes up 30%, it will be halted no matter the price gain or loss. Okay, I understand that. I totally understand that. And now you see it actually moving. That's good. It's above $123, pushing back up to where it was. If you got in at 101, you made a decent profit here. Hopefully you can continue to see this rise, which you are seeing it rise. Definitely making a move back up to I guess, normalcy. You're seeing AMC still hover around that $9 to $10 mark. Hopefully we can push back to that $10 to $11 mark, but there's a possibility that you could still see this negativity as time goes on. They're really just trying to scare people out of their positions, and that's just what's going to happen, right? So let me see what's going on here. But I'm gonna have to end the stream soon. We have 3,000 people in here. I'll make sure to do an update later today to see what did happen. Hopefully we see the same push that we seen yesterday. I don't think we will see that same push, but we'll see something. I think we'll see some positivity here. We are seeing that we are above where we closed at. 6% up on AMC, 33% up on GME still, even though from open to where it is now, it's down quite a bit. But we'll make sure to navigate through that. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. 2,500 likes is great. But yeah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you are interested in my channel. Also, there will be free stocks below. All you have to do is click the link, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get those free stocks. But I'm going to end this live stream now. Thank you so much to everybody that has supported me over today. We had the most viewers that we had in quite some time. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, in the next stream, hopefully later. Oh, all right, I got to get out of this. Actually, I'm going to stay in it. We still have 2,800 people in here. Thank you. All right, yes, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So hit the like button on your way out, but I'll see you. Twitter? No, I gotta go. All right, see ya.